Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. My name is Barry, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this episode. And it's episode number 20. Holy dang, we've been at this for 20 episodes already.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
We're still alive.
I'm Barry, I'll be your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Anne. I play Kala Lala Kat, the Inquisitive College of Spirits Bard, and everyone in chat, please compliment my earrings. They're little Ouija board markers. Do this now, thank you.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I play John Varenthal, the excellent puppet.
And I am Marissa. I play Kasariel, the Twilight ASMR cleric.
We're so happy to have you with us over here on Twitch and or on YouTube, depending on where you're watching us. If you're joining us live on Twitch, then great, hello. You can, of course, chat with us in chat, and we will also be in the live chat during our break. If you're on YouTube, then you will be missing out on that. But you can watch us as many times as you'd like, because if you can't catch us on the Saturdays when we go live, you can catch us on YouTube from Monday and then forever and ever. Yes. We also have a lot of other social media platforms. We have a Discord, we have an Instagram, we have a TikTok. Please follow us everywhere because we put some cool content out there. Yes. We have a couple of awesome people that we'd like to shout out in no particular order because they are great and they helped us make the world the way that we do. And these people are Dchandra and Paradox for our amazing character art that we're using. Pyram King, James RPG Art, and DM Andy for creating some great maps and content. And then Tabletop Audio, Scott Buckley, Phoenix Music, Alex Kazan, and Alexander Nakarada for the great musical scores that we have in the background. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening. I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land. There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now.
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
And for the 20th time in a row, I'm going to say it. That is such a good intro. I love it. Made by our very own Kasariel Marissa. Thank you so much for making that intro. Featuring, of course, all of our Forest voices, but like splashed together through the magic that Marissa possesses. Thank you so much for that great intro. I really love it. So, also let me get that game pause thingy out of the way because that looks just so annoying.
Carla has a boyfriend. Her name is Mr. E. His name is Mr. E.
Mr.
Oh
E.
my!
That's amazing.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh my god!
I normally don't, but like we're in the intro. Good stuff.
That's great. No, that's so cool. That's great. All right, so episode number 20. Where were we last week? Well, you guys were in Vallaki. You woke up at the Blue Water Inn. and then decided to go to the Vistani camp that is just outside the city, because Vistani aren't welcome in Vallaki. You went there, you found a camp where someone was being punished because they lost sight of the camp leader's daughter, who subsequently ran away or was kidnapped or whatever. Nobody knows, but the kid is gone. You had a little talk. You offended the leader, and he subsequently challenged you to a Dori Dusta, which was a dance-off. Turned out to be. It was really fun. Casaria was challenged to the dance-off, and she won. She did a really good job, and your reward for that was some information, as well as a bag of holding. The long-cherished wish for Carla finally has her prize.
Storage for stealing items.
Oh, yes.
For real.
After that, you talked with the Dusk Elves, who were also congregated around the camp of the Vistani, and you learned quite a little bit about a bit of lore, some things that are happening in the land. The Dusk Elves seem to be very old, very wise, and, well, they have a grudge against certain people in the world. You learned about that. You've gotten a promise and a dagger, a magical dagger, and a promise that if you would do a favor for them, then they will help you when the time comes against the evil one. After that, you decided to investigate another location that was also close by the camp. And when you went over there, you recognized this as a creepy old mansion with a lot of decay and a lot of bodies, which could only be the work of an old colleague of yours called Dr. Daskalu. Last episode, you went to the manor, you have looked around the ground floor, and you have, well, basically scoured all of that, except for one room, which is mysteriously locked. And you decided to go upstairs.
You said Dr. Daskalu exactly the way they said Frau Bluka in Young Frankenstein, and I was expecting a of lightning. Dr. Daskalu. Okay.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
There you go.
And it's not thundering here yet, so we're good.
Yo, and last week we actually had sound effects from real life, because it was like lightning and thunder, like
live
overhead.
production of sound effects.
Yeah, that was cool. Actually, it fit really well. So, all right. So, this is where you were last time. You decided to go upstairs. So, as you were walking upstairs last time, I told you walked upstairs, and as you see the upper floor, you notice something bloody. I don't know how far you guys are zoomed in on the map, but I would implore you to zoom out just a little bit. For the second floor will reveal itself.
Ah.
Let me move your tokens over there.
Thank you.
Assuming all three of you are going upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm leading
Oh,
the
yeah.
way. Keeping an eye on that
Move
statue downstairs as we go up, just to make sure it doesn't I've had problems with statues before. I'm not about to take my eyes off
Perfectly
this
fine.
one.
So you walk upstairs, and upstairs you see a relatively empty hallway. There's a large carpet with some bloodstains on it, and you see some bloody footsteps on it as well. You see two large doors to the south, and on the east and west walls are also two separate sets of doors. The lights are lit around you, so you can see pretty well.
Are these windows?
Those are windows. And on the south side are a pair of windows as well. Let me just reveal that. There you go.
I'm gonna walk.
Carla's immediately. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying I'm gonna walk over to the spiral staircase and just sort of look up, but just generally survey and make sure everyone's okay in here.
Okay. So, as you might recall from when you were approaching the mansion itself seemed to have a couple of floors. You seem to be on the upper floor right now. And in the middle of the building, you notice that there was some sort of a tower or an attic or something like that. The two stairways from downstairs seem to end here, and a spiral staircase is going upwards from here. it seems a little dark upstairs, but you can make out the fact that you see a bit of roof out there coming from the light down here.
Carla.
Yes?
Casariel will reach down and touch her shoulder and use her ASMR healing hands trait to restore 6 hit points.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Casariel. Are we sure we want to be up here, actually? She's going to say, as she sort of like bends down to look at the blood.
Maybe you could message our friend, and if he's here, if he's home.
I'd need to see him. We weren't close connections, unlike you thought. He was a case for me, not a friend.
What was that Vistani girl's name that we're looking for?
Annabelle.
Annabelle, yeah. We're still looking for her. I'm not sure where she might have gone.
So looking
Carla?
at this and looking...
You were looking at the blood, right?
So I'm looking at the blood, but I'm also looking at the scene and thinking of the scene below. And Carla's having a little bit of suspicions. Carla's going to look at this, but specifically investigate it to see if it feels staged. If it feels like something to trick them. Like, does this look like a natural blood pattern? Does this look... not unexplainable is fine, but like, does it almost look kind of comic-y in a way of like trying to make fun of us? That's what she's going to look at, because she was thinking of like, the offally was placed on the table there next to a clue, like a note. The statue is creepy. There's a specific handprint down in the bathroom, but not anywhere else. She's starting to kind of piece together, like, if this was truly a gruesome scene, they look a lot different than this. So that's what she's looking for here. As it's a very specific investigation that she's looking for.
I like it. Thanks for the elaboration on that, because that really helps in judging what I'm going to say about it. So go ahead and give me an investigation check on that with advantage.
With advantage?
Is a very you are like, you're in it right now. You're the investigator, and you're in, and you've seen gruesome scenes before. You know what you're looking for. Can you piece it together? That's an advantage roll. Go ahead.
25.
Wow. Okay. Can I turn that back? No, that's all fair and totally deserved. Looking at everything that you have just spotted, the blood downstairs, the handprint, the blood stains here and there on carpets, and then upstairs, a couple of bloody footprints, a big splotch of blood, which, by the way, seems a little older. It's not like 50 years old, but it's also not yesterday. The whole scene does definitely look gruesome because it's blood. But it does look different than what you've seen before. What strikes you as odd is the fact that the blood seems to be everywhere and nowhere. It's very haphazardly, as if the person leaving this behind doesn't really care about the fact that it is left behind. It's not necessarily deliberately left behind, it seems, but the fact that it is left behind means seemingly little to them. Looking at the pattern that you are standing on at the moment, you're noticing that it almost looks as if someone was just walking with something bloody, dropped it, picked it up again, and walked on without anything else. It's weird.
It's weird. It's very strange. Okay, kind of concluding that, kind of seeing it as like, it's not staged, but there's something off here. Carla's going to lean by the window, and then she's going to punch it through with her dagger.
About this before, Carla.
If we need a quick escape, it's important.
Cool, I'll allow that. You punch it through, and you're using your push dagger, right?
Yeah. She's going to like unholster it
and... give me a strength check on that. You will puncture it. I just want to know how far.
It's an 18, originally a 19.
Okay. So not only do you puncture through, but the window just shatters. There is room to go through. do mind that there's a couple of glass shards here and there that are left in the window still, so that should be something to consider when you want to use this as an escape.
Okay.
Looking outside, by the way, now that you're standing here, you can more easily see the surroundings, and you notice that there is a balcony here. This balcony seems to be sporting a chair and a table.
I love the sounds that are happening right now. Okay. After that, gross ones. Gross. Nasty ones. Yeah, she's going to kind of look through there, see that, and kind of scoot back towards Casariel and wait for her direction. Nothing I can discern fully about that blood stain, but it's older than the rest.
It seems as though the footprints are coming from
Sorry.
behind us. Yeah.
This door, he's gonna sort of like angle towards this one. He says, "Is this the one that was above the one that hit me back?"
The one that you're standing closest to?
I'm talking to Casariel and Carla to see if they. Yeah. I'm pointing at
Yeah,
this
I think spatially that's where it would be.
Think I should hit this one too, or?
Do you want to take damage? Just try to unlock it. Here, use the key, and Carla's going to chuck him the magic key.
I'm gonna look at it like oddly as like this. How would this key fit? Whatever, and he's gonna try to put it in the lock.
You can't, because there's no lock on the door.
He's gonna hit it against the door a few times. Be like, this door doesn't have a lock.
Wait a moment. Perhaps your skeletal friend could open it for us.
Oh, yes.
Good
She's
idea.
going to...
He's gonna turn around his weapon and put the skeletal fist up to it and push the door.
I like that, actually. And sure, the door opens because it's not locked.
Nice thinking, Casariel.
Thank you, John.
All right, I'm gonna push it all the way through
We
and
make a
peek my
good
head in.
team.
Okay. In the room behind, you see a pool table with a fireplace that is unlit and two very pretty suits of armor. They seem a little on the small side, but they are beautifully decorated. Their helms are wolf heads.
Oh, we've seen those before.
And the wolf heads.
The metal itself is blackened.
Does it look like the one that threw me down and that Carla blew up before in the death house?
Yeah, but smaller. That one was actually rather on the large side. These ones seem smaller, but they look the same. They're both standing in a position where they should be holding weapons. However, they don't hold any weapons at the moment.
Don't
Azrael
worry.
watches Carla as John walks in, and she's just looking at her reactions, like waiting for the bad things. Like he walked in there. Is he touching something? He's touching something, isn't he?
Don't worry. The
Those look
statues are
like-
disarmed.
But they look like the... Oh, gosh, okay.
Alright.
Don't touch them. They look kind of like the ones that threw you guys downstairs, and there's stairs here, and I'm quite nervous. So that would happen again.
No, they're not that big.
I think you perhaps exercise some caution around them at least.
Perhaps John, come back out. Could you use your skeletal friend to touch them,
Sure.
see if they animate, right? And then we can lock the door behind us if they do.
Okay, sounds good.
There's no lock on the door, but sure, you can try.
I mean, John's gonna
Alright.
stand in front of the door while she does
Fashion
that to
walk.
make sure they don't barrel through.
And Carla is going to summon the skeletal hand, Dawn of the Dead style. It bursts through the ground and kind of like waves at the statues a little bit before tipping each one of their heads, like booping them on the nose.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Exciting. I'm good at
And Let me
those.
just pause that for a second.
Girly pops, I am not rolling anything below a 15 today. That's my manifestation.
Go.
So let's see. That's a sleight of hand. That's 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled
You're
a
doing
7.
all right. Are you sure you're not a rogue?
Absolutely.
Don't worry. I'm gonna
I'm-
take all the
I'm
ones.
not-
The stash of my... I have no bardic inspiration, basically. I've got 3 that I can use, and that was the trade-off for me being stealthy.
Mm-hmm,
Love it. You touch the armor, and there is completely no response. Also, no jiggle or whatever. These seem pretty solid.
Want me to try?
Does that mean? So, like, when it boops, there's no, like, hollow sound, like, they sound solid.
Not that, but like, if you remember your day at Daggerford Manor, you barely touched the suit of armor and it just crashed down to the floor, right? These
Oh, yes, okay.
don't budge when you touch them, so they seem to be very well put together.
John, we might want to be careful. Usually they fall over quite easily.
Why don't we check out all the other rooms first?
Yeah.
If we're not dead, we can come back here.
That sounds good. Do we want to try to at least prevent them from opening the door?
I'm gonna open up my divine sense and breathe in deeply to see if I can detect anything undead, fiend, or holy.
Or real good or real evil. Remember that.
That is not behind total cover, right?
Correct. It's not behind total cover from 60 feet from me. Yeah.
You notice nothing.
Well, they don't seem to be...
In so doing, John, you notice nothing. And I assume you just close your eyes to do that, to just really home in on that feeling, right?
Sure.
Okay. As you open your eyes again, noticing nothing evil, fiendish, undead in this room, your eyes, as you open them, do lock on to something on the pool table. Especially on the sides of it.
Oh, delicious. Oh, wow.
Well, we found where the arms went.
What do you mean? What arms?
Do you want to come give me a hand at this game? Carla, get it?
John, those are dead people's arms. You know, like people who've died.
Well, as long as they're not moving.
Okay. Carla's kind of looks at them and she spots this over at the side and she's going to like drag her mage hand along and pick up whatever this like round thing is at the side. With the mage hand.
The round thing over there is just a cup.
Oh, it's just a cup. Okay, I thought it was like an eyeball. I was like excited. Okay, so it kind of like... I imagine she holds it up so that it kind of hovers over John's head so she can see it, puts it down, and then she's going to grab one of the pool cues and drag it back towards them.
Okay. You now have a pool cue.
Okay. John, we'll come back to this one, I think. And we'll just barricade the door a little bit with this.
All right.
Jam it in.
I'm really not good at this game. I tend to launch the balls a little bit further than they should go.
Please get out of the room.
Fine.
Okay, so Carla then is going to close the door and, like, whatever way she can angle the pool cue to kind of, like, stay in front of it, she's going to try and do that. So there's this one obstacle if they try to get out.
Sure. I'll count that as an almost locked door. It technically isn't, but it definitely makes it a whole lot harder to open this door from the inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here. You guys out of the way.
What are these things? These little things protruding from the walls?
Those are metal lanterns.
Yeah, actually,
they're lanterns.
Yeah, lantern.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay,
Right?
you know the story at this point? I feel like, do we want to use the bloody one first, or do we want to look at the other stuff? Before we start going to the obvious.
Are these footprints leading out of the door or into the door?
Both. On the carpet, they're very clearly leading like from left to right. But near the door, they're going both ways.
I wonder if they're in there or if they've left.
All right, let's just open up the doors one by one, right? Assess the danger. If there's no danger like the last one, we'll move on to the next. We can explore later if we want to.
Okay, so Carla's going.
Just sitting here, allowing someone to formulate a plan to murder us.
Okay.
So we should move quickly.
Carla then will take the mage hand and open up that door and peer inside. From here, from a safe distance.
Okay. From where you're standing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see. That should be... I'm drawing. You peek inside and you see a rather interesting sight, so to speak. For this room seems to be serving a certain purpose. That is what you should be seeing. You see what seems to be some sort of a blood-drawn circle on the ground. A whole bunch of candles around that. You have a feeling that this would go all the way around. In the corner of the room, all the way on the other side, you spot a whole bunch of corpses.
Okay, cool. I'm going to close the
The
door.
stench is terrible.
Yeah, the door is going to be closed.
Oh,
No, no,
Is it
not even,
Annabelle?
not even, no.
That's good enough for me.
Yep.
Good enough for me. I
Closing
can't see what's in
door.
there, but her
Right
face
back up if I can.
tells me everything I need to know about what's in that room.
I think while she was doing that, John's gonna use his mace to just clear out some of the shards of glass from the window and push them outside.
Cool.
So
That makes it
yeah.
effectively just an opening.
Yeah, it's just because like that looks painful.
Yep. Smart.
Closing that
Wanna
goddamn
go-
door.
Check out the outside.
Sure. I definitely need a breather after that. Oh my god. Ugh.
John starts walking through the window. Or how big
You
was
can.
his window? Okay.
It's one of those floor to top windows, like the big mansion window. So you can totally walk through this.
All right. I can't because it still says the wall, but like just imagine that he sort of steps through.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. Stepping onto the balcony, you see a chair and a table and another chair. It seems to be relatively. Do you girls also want to like go there? Because I can drag you over.
Yeah, please.
Is
No,
it
I
fresh
actually
air?
would like to stay undercover.
Okay, cool.
Is it fresh air outside?
Yes. Yeah, you're just standing like in fresh air again
Okay.
with the rain and the mist. There's some bone remains over here, but otherwise this just seems to be like a relatively normal balcony.
Yeah,
The balustrade at the south side is made from metal.
Yeah, I'm
I was
inside.
gonna
I'm
look
still
at the
keeping an eye
bones.
on that, on everything in here, just making sure nothing's going weird in here. She's kind of looking behind her out there, and then keeping an eye on everything in this room.
And John, I imagine John and Kazariel are basically both on the opposite sides of this open window and just sort of like surveying and talking to each other about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So what Carla's trying to gauge from this bone situation is basically, does this look like this was all one person or multiple people stitched together?
This looks like
Or like
one
a bunch
person.
of different. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, at least he keeps some of them intact. At most. Looking down from the balustrade, how difficult of a drop is that?
It's about one floor, so if you hang over the balustrade then let go, that should not be a problem. If you dive bomb from here, you're going to sustain some damage.
Okay, Carla's going to take her rope and she's going to tie it around. Is the balustrade kind of like? Do they have like pillars or any?
It's one of those
way-
like it's a cross with a lot of like vertical bars, so you can totally tie
She's
something
gonna-
off on that.
Yeah, she's going to take her rope, tie it off, and then throw it over so that they have an escape route. They have a way
Perfect.
down if they get stuck up here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Good idea.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
what's on this table here, actually?
Just a flower pot, which is empty.
John's gonna
Curious.
step back and let her go first.
Yeah. Pop me in, Chief. All right.
There you go.
We have definitely a way out. Anyway, safe one. You'll be able to fly, but me and John will be able to get out without you having to worry. Hopefully.
I mean, I suppose I could fly, but very straight down.
You can use the rope, but Kazariel can use her gorgeous wings. How about that?
Very true.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
flying in essence is throwing yourself at the ground and missing, right? So as long as you're doing that, you're technically flying.
I'm good at missing.
Kasara's gonna like tiptoe and try really hard not to get any of her feet in any blood here. She's
Okay.
just real careful.
Tries
Roll
to.
me a I love it, but I did want to roll me an acrobatics check on that, just for shits and giggles.
Ooh, 20. Dirty 20.
Damn it.
God, I really hope I didn't just waste a good roll on him.
You
Tiptoeing
turned
around
it into it into a martial dance. Like, you did so well.
I guess Casariel's a dancer now, so that's kind of canon. She's super graceful, and it's all those dance lessons.
Hi, I'm Casario Silverbrow, and I'm the ASMR dancer.
Classic, tap, jazz, all the good stuff. Modern.
Yeah.
Oh, would it be domain of the dance for cleric?
I have one level in Bard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just one.
Free.
Okay, same scale. Sorry, scale is story in Irish. Yeah, so that's same story. Open it up with the claw and have a peek in from a comfortable distance.
You open up the door, I think.
Hmm.
And from where you're standing, you peek inside and you notice part of a bed. You notice there's a bloodstain on there. It's a little dark in this room, but not too much. You do see that there is some light in here.
Okay. With that, she's going to step a little bit closer, try to get a fuller view.
Cool. Peeking into the rest of the room, I'm going to reveal the entirety of it. There you go. You notice that this is indeed a bedroom. The bedroom itself features a double bed. What seems to be a cowhide in front of it. An area with a desk with a lot of books without a chair. And on the other corner, you see a table with some paraphernalia on there, including a cloth, a knife, and some bottles. And a standing mirror. Everything has splotches of blood here and there.
Delicious. Watch my back. I see possible explanations to be had. I'm just going to step inside.
Okay.
I'm just going to step towards the desk and start to look at the letter.
I can keep guard.
The
Yep,
letters
sorry.
are there.
All right.
You open up the letter.
Mhm.
And it's just an empty envelope. Even though it is sealed, it is completely empty. With a little bloodstain on it.
Zariel, can you make
Sar-
things like warm?
She hears you, kind of, but she sees the floor length mirror, and she just walks straight towards it, staring
mirror?
into it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and she doesn't respond to you. She actually just puts her hand up against the mirror.
Okay. You look at the mirror and you see yourself, and you put your hand against the mirror, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mirror feels lukewarm to the touch, and as you touch the mirror, your face, as it is looking at you, is starting to talk. And it says to you, "Release me." Mind you, this is you talking to you. Same voice, just whispery.
Carla's going to look over and see. Like, can Carla gauge that she's seeing something strange?
Sure, I guess, yeah.
Okay, then counter charm. If anything tries to frighten you or charm you, you have advantage against the saving throw. She's going to see that and immediately be like, Xariel, be cautious. Don't trust anything here.
What's going on? Peek his head in.
Release you from what? Who are you?
From the mirror.
Who are you?
Do you want to see?
Am I specifically compelled by anything other than like my natural fascination with mirrors and
There's nothing
Backstory.
specifically commanding you, charming you whatsoever. This is just natural infatuation. You can let go at any point if you so wish.
how should I let you out?
All you'll have to do is release the mirror now that you've touched it.
Oh no. Can Carla hear and see the mirror talking, or is it just me?
You can hear the mirror, but it's too far away to actually make it audible because it's very soft-spoken, whispery. Now that Carla is like focusing on the mirror, she can totally see this happening because you're just staring at this mirror like, oh boy. And
Right.
mirror is talking back to you.
Ariel, do not
you see
let
this?
go of that mirror.
Sarah like kind of presses her palm to it.
The mirror starts getting warmer.
It's talking to me. Can you see it?
Carla's
I
going to
lost them.
push between this space here. You see that kind of like in between the mirror and the thing?
Yep.
Yes, just to note that she stays there and she's going to unsheath her bagpipes. And she's going to look at Casariel. She's going to say, Casariel, what's it saying? What's happening?
Well, it's me. It spoke to me. It said, release me. And I asked how, and it said just remove my hand.
You didn't think to ask why it's trapped in there?
Oh, great. No, I will. Why are you trapped in this mirror?
I'm not trapped in the mirror.
It says it's not trapped in the mirror. Where are you trapped then?
In you. And as it says that, you feel your breastplate just pressing on you a little bit. You know that fancy breastplate you found?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure do. I really like this breastplate a whole lot.
It's pressing on
She
you.
looks.
Nothing too painful, but you're just noticing it at this point.
Yeah. So she'll kind of touch it and look at Carla and say, I think that I might have picked up, and she's like pointing at her breastplate, might have picked
Yes.
up a friend along the way.
Oh, so we've got 2 companions with us now. Well, I don't think you want me to keep my hand on your chest for an hour to figure out what that is right this second. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull away from the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to shatter it to pieces. You have to move very quickly. Just in case.
All right, just be warned that I think that's what it wants. But yes, I'm with you on that. John?
And here I was thinking that this place was boring.
Gosh.
Oh, you.
Lots of friends, I suppose. Thunderwave. As soon as
You
her
thunderwave
hands
the
leave
mirror?
that. I'm going to thunderwave the mirror as soon as her hands leave that and she moves away.
Okay.
We count to 3? 1.
3. Oh,
No,
Okay,
you,
1.
you count. That's better.
1, 2, 3. And then the bagpipes go down. You hear like a wheeze as I thunderwave the mirror.
All right. The mirror
far can I get away?
shatters.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
I'll allow like a stagger back.
Okay.
And for like purposes of play, I'm going to put you in an actual square. The mirror shatters into fine glass dust. Like there's no shards anymore. Even like Thunderwave is a powerful spell. You can you can basically shred up a puppy with it. So you can also shred a mirror.
You know, I just feel like my actions are being held against me, and they have
As a
consequences.
DM, that is my prerogative.
I know.
The mirror shatters, and as it does, you very audibly in the room hear, "I'm released." And from the mirror, a black and gray smoke rises up and materializes just in front of the mirror. It looks very creepy, and it's staring intently at you, Casario, and at you, Carla, through the back of his head.
No 2 faces.
Interesting.
Roll for
Delightful.
initiative.
Of course. The streak couldn't last. Oh.
12.
Oh my god, I rolled 2 11s. Like, what are that's lucky. I'm gonna count it as lucky. Lucky ducky. 12 for me.
15 for me.
Casario can go
Okay.
before me.
You also rolled a 15?
Rolled a
Sorry, a
12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just a new little John mechanic where you can just pick when you can go in the initiative order.
Well, exactly. Yeah. You can go.
Or we could do
before me.
dexterity. What's your dexterity?
No. Right now, John's body is he's leaning against
Yeah.
the wall.
I understand.
Very interesting.
Cool. Carla, you were expecting this. You were expecting this to happen. Like something was going to go bad. So you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna take those daggers and I'm gonna fucking go for it. I'm gonna take a hit. Oh, hold on. Actually, don't know if that is going to do anything. That's okay. That's not actually too bad. Okay. 15.
On, 15 to hit. That hits.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you going to do?
All right. I'm going to bring down my daggers on it. So the Casimir's Dusk Elf dagger and my other one.
And your push dagger. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be. Okay. So is it undead?
Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. Love to see it. Okay. So that's going to be. Do I have another one? I don't. I'll just have to roll that again. Okay. Boop, boop. Oh, good. 8, 3 is 11 plus 3 plus 3 is. Why can't I think? 17 damage to this, and 7 of it is radiant.
17 of which 7 is radiant, so that 7 turns 14, so that's 24 total. Yep.
24. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay,
That is
awesome.
that is a good amount of damage. Well done.
Ooh, she brings them down. I imagine what happens is she whips the bagpipes away after shattering this, pulls out the daggers and claws down its back.
Love it. That's it?
That's 10. What am I gonna do? What am I
Nice
gonna
catch.
do? Yeah, I got bonus stuff that I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna determine my tail in case I want to bust that out.
Yeah.
Exciting. Continue.
All right. The Wraith looks behind him as he feels the daggers plunge into his smoky, billowy body. And he... one thing, by the way, you attack with both weapons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how much of that 17 damage was your normal dagger?
10.
10 from the normal dagger?
Oh, from the normal dagger?
Yeah.
Well, it was for the normal dagger. It was 6.
6, okay. That is halved, so I totally forgot. So that is only half of the damage, but still, that's still 21 damage, which is still a freaking lot.
Yes. For a bard.
The Wraith turns
Especially-
around,
Oh yeah. For a lot
raises
of people.
one hand at you, and he points at your heart. And
trying to
there's
frighten
a
me in any
green energy coming from his hand towards your chest. I'm gonna need a DC. No, I'm not gonna tell that. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Is it a frightening one? Is he trying
No,
to
it's
frighten
not.
me? Oh, fuck. Okay. I was nearly able to do that. Okay. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Oh, you are so lucky. Okay, so you feel. Oh, wait. Okay, so that's a dirty 20. And additionally to that, I need to know if a 18 hits.
It sure does. It sure
Okay.
does.
You take 21 necrotic damage.
Motherfucker.
But luckily, you feel the energy hitting you straight on. And you feel that not only is it necrotic damage, it's hurting you, but you also feel that the energy tries to sap the very life away from you. But you somehow are resilient enough to resist that portion of it.
I'm not fucking giving you anything.
Casario, your turn.
Okay. All right. I see that happen, and it's really fucking cool what Carla did. But then it turns around, and it looks like it really fucks her up, really bad. So I'm going to she reaches up her hand, and from her hand, purple energy spews into a 30-foot range. It looks like the crackling of one of those little balls where you put your hand on it and like the crackling lightning kind of follows you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
She's going to use her channel divinity, Twilight Sanctuary.
And 30-foot radius from where?
From me. I'm the center point, so I'm 30 feet out from me.
Okay.
Yep. And then I will use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. Yep, at 2nd level. And I'm going to cast it right next to the thing.
Beautiful.
But I'm going to hold the action.
You can hold the action to... Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I do that or no? If not, that's okay.
I mean, you can choose not to attack. You can't hold it.
Right.
You can't,
Okay,
you can't
I'm
hold a
gonna
bonus action. You can hold an action.
Right. I'm going to attack then. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to take a swipe. That's a 9 plus 7. 16 to hit?
It hits. Yeah.
Yes.
Incorporeal versus incorporeal somehow always works.
That is it. 7 damage.
And what kind of damage is that?
I believe it's radiant damage. Let's see here. Oh gosh. So sorry. Force. I'm sorry. It's force damage.
Force damage. I believe you're fine with that. Yep. 7 damage, you said, right?
Yes.
It impacts as you would expect, and you see the billowing smoke of this wraith just taking a bit of a gap and then trying to close back.
Okay. And then as my channel divinity, I'm gonna roll my temporary hit points. That's a 6. 1d6 plus 6. So I'm gonna take 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. That's
John.
me. That's it for me.
John sort of like, he doesn't push himself off the wall. He just sort of lifts off the wall. And he begins walking towards it and goes, "You're an interesting one, living in a mirror." And he raises both of his hands, and 2 bolts of crackling energy come forth, almost like whipping strings from a puppet towards it. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Cool.
And as he's like kind of walking forward. So I'm just going to go 10 feet initially and see what happens. All right. And that is 12 and a 22 for my 2 hit attack rolls.
The 12 misses, but the 22 definitely hits.
All right. So when the 22 hits, it also, using Grasp of Hadar, rips the thing 10 feet towards me.
Giving Carla an attack of opportunity.
I think it's... I don't know if I think it has to move willingly away, or is that... Or actually, however you...
I'd say an attack of opportunity is done when like
Sounds
it isn't
like a plan.
paying attention to the other creature and moves away. So I would totally allow an attack of opportunity here. Go ahead.
All right.
Fabulous.
Well, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
What the ruling is. But for now,
I
use it because
this is awesome.
this is totally like an opportunity moment.
Okay, I'm going to use what I just kind of called forth with my tail. And you can see like Carly like shakes with like anger at being hit, and she lets out like a mighty scream that this creature will have to make a strength saving throw against.
Wow. Okay. I'm very scared to see. I'm very scared to see what that's going to do. Strength saving throw. You said, right?
Yep. My DC is 14.
I have a 12. Okay. So
Not
no.
enough. Alrighty. Wonderful. That's going to be 3 rolls of my Bardic Inspiration die. And I rolled very well. And it's knocked prone. So that is a...
It is not.
Oh, it's not. It could be if it was able to be. 20 damage. And it's thunder damage. As her scream sort of shatters into the air at it.
All right, so that reverts to 10 damage instead of 20.
Oof.
But still, as that happens, like, you know, just like that sort of like crackling energy hits this wraith, and its body, like, you know, as you would blow against smoke, just like disintegrates and tries to form back again. But it's starting to show like smoke tendrils that can't really reattach. It's looking bloody, smoky, I guess.
So when the string things had come out, they essentially connected to invisible waving strings around it, and that's what ripped it forward. And it also did 1 damage. my Eldritch Blast did 1 damage.
Oh my
One
goodness.
damage.
1 damage. So all he was trying to do was come closer. Let me get a look at you. And he's gonna stop right there.
And as it
Awesome.
as it pulls forward, she just screeches at it, and like the
Love it.
reverberation of it actually, I imagine, sends it even further out towards John.
So,
Perfect.
question: any temporary hit points this round?
Yes, but before that, did you only do 1 Eldritch Blast or 2?
I
didn't hit.
used 2. The first one didn't
Okay.
hit. Yeah.
All right, just
Yep.
making sure. Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, you get temporary hit point, and that will be 8.
Cool. I already had 5, so I'm gonna make that 8. Beautiful. Thank you.
All right, top it around, Carla.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, do I be? I guess. Oh. Okay, yeah, she's going to be smart, and she's just going to kind of like try to take. She's going to hop the table. She's going to use her movement to hop the table and kind of get cover behind it.
Okay, that gives you
allowed?
half cover. Yep, half cover.
Okay, and she's going to take a moment to like really like kind of try and knit back the place where it like basically like brought the like necrotic damage, and I imagine it's like dead skin flakes or whatever, so I'm just going to cure wounds myself.
Cool. Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, that's not bad. All right. I'm going to heal back 11. Okay, so I'm okay. I'll be okay.
Okay.
And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to take cover and heal.
All right.
You also get 11 temporary hit points as part of the. Oh, hold on, let me just make sure you're in my range.
No, make
Yeah,
sure
you're still. That's
Yes.
still range.
Right.
Yep. So as one of the little lightning bolts kind of like strikes you and fills you with radiant energy, you're gonna get 11 temporary hit points.
Thank you. Be careful.
Sean's gonna look at Kasaria and say, "This is going well."
And the Wraith looks at the both of you and says, "Or is it?" And he moves over to Casariel, raises his hand again and points at your breastplate. And a green, sickening energy shoots from his hand, and I need a what was it again? A Constitution saving throw.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. Can I use DM inspiration to re-roll a saving throw?
DM inspiration?
Well, I have inspiration. I'm
so.
not sure why I have
I
it.
think
I think
you
you
gave
did
her
give me
inspiration at
DM
some point a little while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, she just. Oh, I think it was
you
for
did.
the dance. Yeah.
I've got it marked on my thing.
Yeah. Oh, but that is further down because inspiration only lasts 10 minutes. Then, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Really?
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
well, I'm gonna take it off of there then. Ooh, okay. All right, so that is a 3. I rolled a 3 plus 2, so that's a 5.
The energy itself hits your breastplate, and as it hits, you see that the breastplate itself starts to glow green as it just sort of sears into your flesh. You take 21 points of necrotic damage,
Okay, half because I'm resistant, so 11.
but 11, because it's necrotic, yeah. At the same time, however, you feel that it just weakens you beyond belief. Your maximum hit point drops with an equal amount. So you're down 21 hit points on your maximum hit point.
Okay. All right, I want to make sure. I do this right.
Oh my god.
Override max hit points, so is reduced
That
by
would have
11.
killed
So.
Carol.
No, the reducement is still full. The hit points, like the hit is 11, but the reducement is still 21.
21. Okay, got it. Okay, all right. 10-4.
And it's your turn.
Azariel will you're really close to me. Okay. Okay, first I'm gonna hit it with my spiritual weapon. That's the
Fair.
first thing I'm gonna
Go
do. Just do that first. Oh god, I got a natural one. No.
That doesn't
okay. Don't fail me now.
Okay. And then I'm gonna lob 2 moonbolts at it, which I guess will both be at disadvantage because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have anything else. Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna do that. So... Okay, the first one does not hit. I got a 5 and a 1. That's a 7
misses, yep.
and an 8. So they both miss.
Everything misses, yep. They both go wide because he's just like in your face.
Oh noes. But I do get 11 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Okay, that's it for me. John, help.
John?
So with one hand still holding on to these like lashing tendrils of puppet strings, he sees them do this necrotic thing. He goes, "Oh, that's fascinating. I must get a closer look." And this time he actually like flexes his hand, and this red energy travels up the strings and sears into the back, and it now has Hexblade's Curse. I'm
Cool.
using my bonus action for that.
Yep.
So that is going to be basically extra 3 damage per damage roll, and a critical hit on 19 or 20. And I'm going to go ahead and fire 2 more Eldritch Blasts at this thing.
Let's do it.
And I got a 22 and a 18.
Those both hit, I believe. Yeah, they do.
Fantastic. And one of them is going to rip it closer to me, pulling it away from Casario.
Giving both Casario and her... no, spiritual weapons don't get an attack of opportunity, but Casario does. But let's first finish up your roll.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll the 2 damage. That's double 10s. Oh my god.
Yes.
Lance, you needed this. You needed this.
0 and 0, which on the 10 die is 10 and 10. Plus 3 for each roll.
It's 26, and what kind of damage is it?
It's force damage.
Yep.
So he sees it.
Also, by the way, like, because you're putting it 10 feet towards you. Do you want it here or do you want it here?
That DM choice. I don't care.
I'll put it there.
Okay, cool. So he basically sees it do this thing. Oh, that's fascinating. I must get a closer look. And he shocks it with the curse and then rips it towards him 10 feet, pulling on its puppet strings.
Absolutely perfect. And your blast just hit it left and right, and like, you know, this black billowing smoke starts to look like grayish, and it's almost sort of like jiggery, like you would expect like a body that is in pain, like doing that jiggery kind of thing, even though this is like mostly just billowing smoke with a face. It's not doing too well, Mr. Stark.
So does Casario get a...
Yes.
Yeah, Casario can get her... go ahead.
Well, John, you're going to take 10 temporary hit points.
Cool.
As Casario kind of like ducks, and you feel a bolt of like a radiant energy enter you. I don't know if I can do an attack of opportunity because I don't have any weapons pulled out.
You don't have
and
any
I don't
weapons
have
in your
Warcaster.
hands? No.
I don't.
You can do an unarmed strike if you want.
My strength is -1. We already know this is a foolish game.
Fair enough.
So I'm just gonna
smoke.
yeah. I'll if I can take my reaction to just like kind of like stagger back. That's what I'll do.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. All right, top of the round, Carla.
Okay. Okay. Oh god, there's a lot going on here. I don't know. I don't have a lot of damage and stuff outside of that. All right. It might hit John. It might not. Who knows? Carla's gonna try and throw her dagger at it. The like Casimir's dagger. She's gonna try and like fling it at this thing.
Okay. Is it a magical dagger that you're throwing or a non-magical dagger?
It's the Casimir's one, yeah. Go try and throw it.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Oh, this is not gonna go well. That's a 17.
That hits.
Oh, wild. Okay. Very, very well. That's okay. So 6 of it is slashing, and 7 of it is necrotic damage.
Okay.
Not necrotic,
Radiant.
radiant.
Radiant,
Yeah, there you go.
yes. All right. What happens?
I imagine she's like, after healing herself, pops up, sees the situation, and takes the dagger, goes, "Dak, John!" and fucking flings this thing, and it nails it right in where it had previously hit her. It hits right there in its own
Perfect.
chest. Disapparating
And as it does, the wraith just like does like the wide arm spread, like, and it just like lights up and just evaporates as you hit it.
And
You live to fight another day.
as the strings fade away, he just goes, "What a poorly made instrument."
My god. Barricade the door. John.
So I have like 9 more rounds of my channel divinity. So if we're not gonna like haul us out of here, then at least we can just I can roll until we have at least like higher temporary hit points. It depends on what you guys want to do.
We should take a short rest, especially because of your.
Okay.
You now have like no hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, do note that your maximum hit points are just like minus 21 at the moment, Casario.
Yep. I've got 21 exactly.
Would a short rest help a little bit with that, or is that only a long rest thing?
You could try, but it feels like she's been severely weakened, and Casario, you feel tired. You could use a rest.
Yeah, I feel like she just grabs her chest plate where the thing touched her and just is like falls to her knees.
As you do that, you notice that the breastplate itself looks a little different. It still looks the same as what it did for the most part, but there were some detailing around the breastplate itself, which is still there, but it looks a little bit more withered, if you will. Like, it's not rusty, but it's like as if this breastplate had seen some use. Something changed about your breastplate.
No. Okay.
I don't know if a long rest is something we want to do, right? But what would you personally feel more comfortable with, Casario? Because we could be. This is meant to be like difficult as a level.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know that.
I feel very comfortable in here. This is a lovely parlor.
Why? Did it call to you?
You don't need to, my darling.
On
And he's going to walk back over and just start perusing the books. Also, as a side note, I did gain. I gained health. My 8 points for killing or it dying.
Yep.
So just
thumbing through the books, these are mostly just volumes on weird medical practices and German poetry. A lovely combination.
German
sure.
slam poetry.
Tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
You are the strongest of us all. You really are weak. I don't have you at half-mast, especially when it's not certain that one of us will be here. And she's going to glare at
We
the
don't have
creature.
a potion that could help us with this. What do we have? Everyone look in your bags. I feel as though we
I don't
might
have a vitality
something.
one.
John will reach into his bag, pull out the hangover potion, and sort of half-heartedly chuck it towards you.
Would this work?
Oh man, I don't know if I catch it.
All right, he'll chuck it towards the bed then.
Well,
All right, whatever.
To be very frank, I don't want us to die in here. Will this work? Will this work?
Is this a DM question?
Yes. I don't want us to die in here.
For those of you that haven't seen when Daniel got this, for his birthday, we gave him a couple of items that also reflect in Dungeons & Dragons, just for funsies. One of them is a hangover potion, which is basically just a homebrew item. And yes, for this, it will totally work.
Okay.
Yeah, it is basically long rest in a bottle. That's how I would do it.
all right. But don't we have like what about that dragon stuff? Maybe that'll work. Or
No,
You
the
know.
dragon is just wine, and it's really good. Really good wine.
are you sure?
You chug that. You drink that right now. John, make yourself useful and barricade the door. We're going to take a short rest. I can't
He's going to drag the chair.
You-
What?
You can lift the desk. Look at those arms. You said you picked him because he's strong. You can lift the fucking desk. Put
What
it
is
in front
that?
of the door.
What is that on the desk there? Is that not a bottle of something? What is that?
It's a bottle of wine, is it? Or
The bottles on the desk over here are not labeled, and they're like flasks that are a little broader with nondescript liquid in them. There's no labels on them.
Oh, one should make it go taller. One should make it go shorter.
one should sit down and rest while you recover from getting nearly killed by a ghost.
Sorry, sees how serious she is and just like sits down on the bed. Also, Carla just did like I don't know how much damage, like a shitload of damage. So Casario
was so
was pretty
cool.
fucking impressed. Yeah, so she just sits down on the bed.
Okay.
I think I was near 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you and just for my record keeping, do you drink that potion?
Yes, you do. Yes, she does. She does. She doesn't get a
I
choice.
don't want to
If she
drink
doesn't
it.
start drinking it, Carla's going to start trying to like shove it down her throat. She's like, please, please.
What if
please."
something on
Okay.
that table that will do the same?
I will break what's on that table if you do not listen to me.
She
I
uncorks it
swear.
and starts drinking it.
All right. You can
Okay.
give yourself a long rest right then and there.
All my spell
That
slots and
inc-
everything back?
Everything, and it also
Oh,
gives you back the 24,
that's a good
the
one.
21 temporary hit points.
That's a
The
damn
full
good
apple, yeah.
one.
So
Oops. I didn't mean to too. Okay.
Short
Are we
rest.
going to-
Short rest.
rest for a bit.
Yes,
Yes.
we
He's-
absolutely are.
He's just going to sort of lean against the door, looking at his hands and just like pulling various muscles. Carry on.
Is that going to thing? Are you going to be here for the whole time we're resting?
I'm going to be here until I'm sure that you're not going to ruin my investment.
Are you going to let him rest?
No, he's resting.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
My spiritual
I'll-
weapon just like dissipates and fades away.
Carla is going to pick up the flask, and for the hour while we're resting, can I do identify on it?
Sure. You can identify 2 bottles.
All right, I'll identify those 2 bottles.
All right. You guys are gonna do a short rest.
Short rest, yeah, absolutely.
You can do a short rest, take about an hour, and nothing happens. You don't hear anything moving in the house or whatever either, so there's really nothing going on. You can take a short rest. In that short rest, Carla, you identify the 2 bottles, and you're pretty sure that they're both really not that special. One of them is plum juice. The other one is a very strong lavender perfume.
Does it smell like a familiar friend of mine?
Not at all. No, it just smells
Okay.
like actual normal lavender.
Okay, I'll take the lavender, but I'm leaving the plum juice.
Sure.
What about the bottle? The bottle's not labeled?
No,
They're not
labeled. They're not labeled, but this one is plum juice and that's lavender juice. It seems to just be refreshments. Shockingly.
Does the one that looks like a wine bottle covered by the cloth over here? Oh,
That's the plum juice.
Oh, that's the plum juice. Okay.
That's the plum juice. Yeah, and like I didn't have one without a label, so but it doesn't have a label, but it's plum juice.
Got it. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Sometimes when I see Maris, I look so very much like my mother. It's very difficult for me not to look because I miss her so much. So it's not a vanity thing. It's more of a
Suppose we can't be mad at you for that.
I will be better
Come on.
at it. Sorry.
I'm only upset because I don't want you to get hurt, Casariel.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
be cautious with your own life as you are with ours.
Usually a bit stronger than this. Wasn't very effective
I-
in that fight. I'm gonna look at John. I'm gonna squint my eyes over it. Usually more effective in a fight. Didn't have anything to do with you, does it?
No, you're fine. I'm not pulling on your strings yet.
We're so going to kill the shit out of that weapon eventually, right?
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Right after we kill the Hugs.
That's good.
All right. You've taken your short rest. What are you going to do?
Continue our exploration of the house, I suppose.
Ladies first.
Really.
Tariel looks and like you can just see the wheels turning. There's like a behind her eyes. They go from like purple to white to black to white to purple, and she just smiles sweetly and exits the room.
On John's
Oops.
face, emotion, like, it's nothing like what you normally see from John. Normally it's a confident but generally somewhat vacant but just happy, positive outlook. This is more of a calculating, it's a smile, but it's someone like that of a smile of a doctor looking on a project or a piece of work.
How fitting.
Who are you?
An interested party.
Me.
Very interested, actually. This is a somewhat droll, but quite entertaining location.
What do you want?
To find out who's pulling the strings, of course.
Where are you from?
A place where these strings are in much higher demand. Let's continue.
If you hurt my friend, I will send you back to
What?
wherever you come from.
Why would I hurt him? He's such a fascinating implement.
And that's why you're still here. She'll exit.
I will.
She doesn't really would be more
I
badass
usu-
if she did anything in that fight, but you know.
I usually don't jump in on this because, like, I like the creative process. But there is one point that I would like to retcon: is if you ask where it's from, and if Daniel, if you're inclined to answer through your patron will say that he is from Barovia.
And from here, of course, like everything else.
I like to think it's fucking with us. It's saying whatever it wants.
Place where these strings are in high demand.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you open up this second door, Anne?
Mage hand. That's getting opened up.
Okay. You open up the door. Behind that, you see a complete ravage of a room, if you can call it that. Most of the room seems to be completely collapsed down to the ground floor. It seems unstable and unsafe to walk here. One thing you do notice is that on the other side of the room, you notice rather large cobwebs.
Door's locked again. Nothing there.
Yes.
So, do you want to go upstairs or deal with the horrifying ritual sacrifice that's in that room? And point over to the other one.
Ritual sacrifice. Fun. When do you think
Not
that
if-
started?
Well, judging by the smell, like 4 years ago, maybe?
That would be a correct judgment based on the smell. Yeah.
We could
There's
just-
also up. Don't forget.
Yes. Up or ritual sacrifice?
No.
Lady's choice.
Oh.
So, John?
If I were
controlling something like this. If I were in charge of a manor like this, I would do so from the top. Thus,
We know a position you like. Up you go. You go first. She's going to push him forward.
All three of you go upstairs?
Yeah.
All right. You walk up the windy spiral staircase and end up in a attic tower of sorts, if you will. It's kind of dark there, but all three of you have dark vision, right? Question mark?
No,
I
do
can
not.
see within 10 feet of me, but no.
No,
Okay.
but I, as I see that it's dark, I'll touch both of them, and
Yep.
a radiant purple energy will come out of my hands. It kind of like seeps into their eyes like smoke and fills their eyes, so their eyes will be a little bit purple, kind of like mine. And they'll have eyes of night, so you guys can see for 30 feet in front of you in the dark.
In that
As you
case-
do that, Carla will like kind of tap your
300.
hand back and give you guidance for whatever you want to use it for.
Thank you.
Perfect.
300, not 30. It's way cooler than 30.
Oof.
Put that out there.
In that case, you can see the attic. If you scroll out a little bit, you should be able to see it. I will direct your
Oh, exciting.
tokens over there. It is a relatively small room compared to the floors that you've been on, as it's just a tower section of this building. It's dark here. There's no light. Looking around, you notice a couple of things. There's just some random furniture here. Some of it broken, some of it isn't. Everything is just covered in thick layers of large cobwebs all around you. You notice a marble statue standing here, and both in the left corner of the room and on the east side of this room are two chests. A turned over table is partially blocking the chest in the upper right corner, but you can see it through the crack of the table. So you could say that the chest is behind partial cover, but you know, it doesn't really make sense. But just to paint a picture. You can all see because you now have the gift that Casario gave you. So go ahead.
Carla is going to send Mage Hand out to poke at the statue.
Statue topples over and falls onto the couch, breaking its head off.
Don't lose your head about it, I guess. And then she's going to swivel the hand over to open up the chest if it can.
One moment. If I could, I'll just
Sure.
make sure nothing is or we could check for to make sure it's not trapped or something. I could make sure it's not magical if you'd like.
John's gonna start walking forward towards the head.
It's just
Yep.
such a tempting, and after the mirror,
It was why I'm using the Mage Hand, so I
Oh.
can run.
Right, I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, it's okay.
Mhm.
Can I pick up the head and see if I recognize the face?
Yes, you can. And as you pick up the head and you look at it, John, you've recognized this face. Or rather, you think you do. But you don't. That is such a Blizzard quote, by the way. I'm so sorry. But you look at the face, and something inside of you tells you that you know this face. But you, John, have never seen this face in your life.
So,
It conflicts the heck out of you.
does any name pop into my head?
Yes. There's one name that pops into your head. Escher.
Ah, Escher. I knew him, Casario.
Who?
Sorry.
Got it. Sorry. Yep. Here we are. Shakespeare. I'm with you.
All right, cool. Anyway.
Who?
This
you
is
really
our
say?
presentation of Shake. This is our presentation of Shake Silverbrow. That's
It's over in the park. So does it have
Hamlet
any
as
effect?
performed in Barovia.
Does it have any
by-
effect on our black-eyed friend?
your black-eyed friend just makes you smile looking at it.
He sets it back down.
Okay. Just for the effect, by the way, Casario, Carla, if you would look at this face, it's just a nondescript standard marble face.
Fascinating. Yeah, I think because Carla is going to use the mage hand to like see if the chest will open.
And it will. I imagine the one to the east, right?
Yeah, the one she can immediately see.
It will open, and inside are just a bunch of old clothes. They seem to be all but rotted away.
That's not fun.
Are you just standing where you're standing, by the way, just to make sure?
At the top of the stairs, yeah. She's like, not like wherever, I'm just there for visuals, but like I imagine at the very top of the stairs, like by the banister, her and Cassariel are like staying there while John is like having a little peruse around the room.
Okay. Cassariel, where you are standing right now, that would count as half cover, but also that does block your vision for a large portion of this room.
I imagine as Cassariel sees the cobwebs, she freezes and like grabs the railings of the banisters or whatever, and she's just kind of frozen, and she's whatever she can see, she's just making sure nothing is moving on the ceiling or anywhere in her periphery. She's looking for spiders.
There's nothing moving here.
Okay. Great.
Other than John and Carla.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
The next thing that's going to catch Carla's eye is those pairs of shoes, the hand. I imagine she's just kind of like pointing at where she wants the hand to like form off to look at. So the shoes, she's going to make the hand like pick up.
You recognize these shoes?
Are they described as we've heard them before?
These are shoes that you've recognized from a particular person that you've worked together with before. Your first actual clue to who this house belongs to. These are Daskalus, all right.
Walking around with the dogs out, goddamn. Well, we know it's him. Those are his shoes. Daskalus. I believe sometimes we found some footprints near some open graveyards at times. Oh, Lord, okay. This place is dangerous. Please be careful.
Are they magical?
They're not. No, they're just ugly leather boots in a greenish, sickening color, like greenish leather, which would make you wonder what kind of animal you would use to make boots like these. But it's just a passing thought.
He's gonna pass his hand through one of the webs and just sort of like look at the wisps of filament.
You just have a hand of web.
Yep. I'm just gonna look at it.
Yep.
And then using prestidigitation, burn it in his hands.
Cool.
Yes, Cassariel! I imagine she watches John do that, and then she's like, has like a
Cassariel
moment
jumps. As Carla talks to her, Cassariel jumps. Like, what? Jesus, Carla. Yes, what?
This piece of paper. That's the whole reason I called you before we got distracted. And I imagine she took like the script with her, like she shoved it into like a pocket. Not the script, the piece of paper that she found on the thing. She probably shoved it in a pocket before like all of the shit happened. She takes it out and she like holds it. She's like, "Could you make this like warm or cold with your magic? Like the thing you do, the prestidigitation or whatever."
Yes. I one moment.
Hold your hand
I don't
out
have
underneath it.
prestidigitation, but let me see if thaumaturgy will do that.
Oh, you don't. Okay. What thaumaturgy do?
Sound, tremors, flames, eyes. No, that's prestidigitation, I think.
John,
I can set you on fire if you'd like.
You need something
Wait, if you could-
chilled.
I need you to help me with a clue, if you will.
Of course, Carla. Anything to help your investigation.
He's just gonna sort of like walk one foot in front of the other towards you and just bend over at the waist.
What can I do?
So unnatural to see John move so gracefully. I need you to heat up this paper and then cool it down without burning it, just to see if the heat will have any effect or the ice if any words will appear. It's an
What
old
piece of
trick.
paper was that again?
It was the paper I took from Dr. Dask's desk below.
Yeah, the envelope.
The envelope that was sealed but nothing in it. That it immediately. That's detective story stuff. She knows about that. She's like, okay, could you just try to see if it's hidden ink or something?
Certainly. He's going to grab it by either opposite corner, and you just see some of the spider web that he had previous on his hand sort of forms around it, touching various points, and it warms in a soft glow, and then it cools and a slight frost forms.
And
Anything.
as you do, on the inside of the envelope, some letters appear. And I quickly got to check, but unless I'm mistaken...
That's really cool, by the way.
Very well found. Like, I figured you would find this out, but I wasn't sure. But damn, well done.
The whole. If you hadn't prestidigitated those webs, I would have forgotten about that completely.
It is, however, in a language that you don't recognize immediately, Carla.
When I kind of show it to the other two, do they recognize it?
This is not the language that either one of you master without any help.
Does it remind me of the journal?
Not well, not really, but it's not the same handwriting. If that's what you're asking, no.
Okay, so what she's going to do then is she's going to kind of she's going to let it be in like his hand, and she's going to try and like transcribe it herself a little bit down onto like some paper very fast, whatever symbolry or whatever. Obviously she can't read the words, so she's doing her best, but she just that they don't have to constantly use that magic to see it again. She writes it down.
You don't have to do that. Now that you've done the warming up, like, you know, the letters are permanently etched on the inside of the envelope. So you can transcribe it if you want, but you don't have to.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah, then I'll keep it. Okay.
As they're doing their transaction, and John reaches up with the spider web still on his fingers, Casariel is gonna like hug the, you know, as close as she can to kind of like inch around here, and she is just looking on every inch of this wall, and she's gonna kind of just like come around and see what she can see on the side of the room.
Other than furniture broken and unbroken and a lot of cobwebs, you don't really see anything. There's a large table in the corner that is broken, and there's a chest behind that is also slightly covered in cobwebs. But other than that, nothing is moving or whatever. So unless it's like an invisible spider or something, it doesn't seem to be anything.
Oh my god, does that exist?
There is such a thing as a phase spider, but I know how you are with spiders, and I will relax your mind. No, I'm not that terrible a DM.
I can't decide whether that's more terrifying or less terrifying than a normal spider.
I'm sure we'll find out with the Wild by the Witchlight or whatever.
Blood pressure is and fuego. She's. I don't think there's any spiders here. I don't see anything. Do you? She's not paying any attention to that envelope. She has actually no idea what's happening there. She's just worried about the spiders.
Can I tell, with my vast knowledge of strings and other things like that, how long these cobwebs have been here? Like, just if they're old or new, fresh cobwebs.
I just love the idea that this thing has like a knowledge of like knits and garments and strings.
Totally, actually. Yeah.
You know, honestly, I didn't consider that link between the two, but I like it, so I'm totally gonna rule of cool it. Give me just a straight insight check on that. Let's see what happens.
Okay, I like. I don't think great, but hey, yeah, it's insight +0, and I got a 16. Okay, that's good. Better than my normal roll.
These cobwebs are old.
Okay.
They're covered in dust, and they are intertwining webs. They're not like singular large webs. They're just webs that have been built up through time. It's been here a little while. Some cobwebs seem to be a little fresher, but then still, it's not like yesterday. Maybe it is, but nothing strikes you as like, wow, there must be some sort of like huge spider monster here. Like,
So
something.
he's gonna look to Casariel and like rolling it between his fingers. He goes, "The ones who pulled these strings have long since left. I don't think they're hanging around in this dingy attic anymore. And then he's gonna the last few tendrils burn away.
I love it.
It's because
Yes.
I moved closer to the chest. Is that why you said, no, naughty child, don't move any further?
I'm probably actually closer to the stairs if you could, because I walked over with the prestidigitation. I never moved myself. Thank you.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Okay. Carla, what were you going to do?
I was going to make my mage hand open the lovely chest that's there waiting for me.
And describe to me where you are standing right now.
Well, I imagine I'm looking over the table in order to get a line of sight, because if this table's broken, it's still a little too high for her to see over. I'm to do that in order to get line of sight for her mage hand to work.
You're scared, aren't you?
I'm so scared. But I really want treasure as well, and it could be treasure.
I really hate I could bring it
Unfortunately,
otherwise, but you freaking
Greedy
should be.
capitalist.
For when you approach the table and you try to look over it, you just nudge the table very slightly. And as you do, you notice that behind the table, a pile of seemingly just cloth starts to move and slowly stands up. And Carla, what you see in front of you is something that you have never in your life as a reporter and investigator seen before. For what stands up over here is a combination of two gruesome things. The cloth that you see extends into some sort of cloak that seems to have had years and years of wear. But it's not the cloak that scares you, but what's inside of it. Inside of it, you see a creature that looks as if it is missing part of its skeletal structure. Its skin decayingly hanging from what he has left of a bony structure, and its hollow black eyes look at you as his long open mouth starts to turn towards you in an attempt to make a sound. Roll for initiative.
I'm so sorry, darlings. Okay. This is so upsetting.
Mm, 15.
16.
15 for Kasari.
Yes.
All right.
14.
14. Carla.
16.
Lovely. All right. Kasari, I need you to reroll.
Roll high, use guidance if you have to.
Oh, 8.
8. Okay. You go seconds.
Okay.
Wonderful. Carla, scared as you are, you do immediately feel a call to action because this abomination is something that should not exist in your worst nightmares, let alone in the actual world. It's your
Well, it
turn.
doesn't have
What do you do?
Okay, well, I mean, I'm feeling a little, upset, obviously. We're not going to be able to get John out before I do this, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. You know what? I'm going to immediately see it and think of, like, this shouldn't exist. This shouldn't exist. But, I mean, I have a bunch of things inside me that really shouldn't exist, and I'll determine my tale first. Okay. Okay. Delightful. I'll see it and be like, this shouldn't exist, and we really shouldn't be here. I'm going to take, I'm going to look back at my lovely companions and teleport us all to the other side of the room, just by the banister here.
Okay.
As a portal opens up underneath us, and straight away we are brought here to like the very as close to the end of the stairs as I can get. I'm taking him. There. Teleporting out.
Okay. You do know that would trigger an attack of opportunity on you?
Do teleports do that?
I think so.
Because she's not moving away.
I can choose a number of
You're not moving, you're teleporting. Yeah, no, you're right. No,
Yeah.
that's not an attack of
It's
opportunity.
basically just like a spectral like purple thing opens beneath us and we all fall through to the point that I want them to. Yeah, it's
Fair
all
enough.
three of us. It's all three
However.
of us.
Spiders! I knew it!
However, I will
However?
need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Is that anything to do with frightening? Being afraid? Be honest with
No, it is not.
me. Ah, bastard. 12. Not.
12. Alright, you can do this, but you do take 16 psychic damage.
It's nothing to do with fear, okay?
This is not fear.
Okay. I take the 16 psychic damage, and then I get the fuck out of here. And that's my bonus action, so my main action is I'm going to fucking fireball the shit out of this room.
Alright. Move the tokens to where you want them.
Okay.
Or move yourself
fabulous.
and I'll move the other ones.
Alright, so I imagine she just teleports to the last site that she... Yeah, so like it's like right down... Is this the bottom of the stairs or the top of the stairs?
It is. No, it's not the bottom, but it's like halfways.
Halfway. She's going to move them halfway down, and then she's just going to... I imagine she like puffs it out and knocks it like behind the table onto this thing.
Obviously.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, you can, but if you really want to fireball the shit out of this, know that fireball does not respect, like, you know, horizontal, like, magic or whatever. Like, it curls around corners and whatnot. It will definitely hit you where you are right now. If you're on the opposite side of the room, it would not.
Okay, then
that
opposite
what you
side of the
want.
room. Alright, opposite side of the room then. We're on
Okay.
opposite side of the room. I wanted to escape, but I would rather...
Where do you want Casariel and John? Because you're
Oh,
teleporting.
with me. They are right on top
Where?
of me, basically. Oh, so like, if you could imagine... I imagine she dumps Casariel, like, right next to her behind the couch, but John is, like, sat on the couch, basically.
Cool. Okay, so John is on the couch, Casariel is behind it. Carla,
Yeah.
Casariel, you both have half cover, partial cover, from the couch. John, you do not.
Okay, and then I'm fireballing the shit out of this thing.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, excellent. So it has to make me a dexterity saving throw, I believe. I believe that's how that works.
And how much would that be?
Oh, 14.
Never mind, I got a 2.
Excellent. Very exciting. Okay, it's 66, 86. It's fun.
That depends on which level you cast it.
Oh, it's whatever. This is what it says, because it's basically I get it at a certain level, specifically because of the thing
tail.
that it comes with. It's not like
Oh.
Yeah, then you just have it at standard at third level. That's 86.
86. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, actually.
Make the sound. I love the sound of the fireball.
So that's 7, 8, 15. Okay. 46. 46. So that's 46 damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow.
So that's 46 damage. You blast this room, and all the furniture is on fire, as well as the bodak that is standing here. The flames hit him in a full blast wave, going right through his clothes, and they singe him, but not as much as you would expect. How much was it again? 46, right?
46, yeah.
Okay. It seems like he's hurt just about half of that.
No. Don't do this to us. Don't do this to us.
Yep.
Radiant. Radiant. Damn.
I know, but...
The bodak steps over the table.
Oh, it can do that?
Yes, it totally can.
Right.
Which costs more movement than just normal movement, and he walks towards you guys. And he looks at John. John, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Fine. on. That is +2. I got a total of 12.
That is not enough. You get hit by a terrifying gaze of this creature, which takes a toll of 22 necrotic damage on you.
And just checking, do I still have the temporary hit points from earlier?
How long do they last, Serial? I think until the next long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 22.
22, yes.
All right. Ow. I feel withered.
Casario. Before you start,
Mm-hmm.
you take 5 necrotic damage because this creature is in 30 feet of you.
All right. Is that halved because of my resistance?
It is because it's necrotic, yes. So it's 2.
Okay.
Your move.
Oh, why does that say 1? Wishful thinking. Okay. John Darling Duck. She's gonna cast 2 moonbeams. So in both of her hands, she's gonna say "not fucking again." And in her hands, a sphere, a white sphere that turns purple. She's now got it in both, and she's going to release them both at this creature.
Okay, go ahead.
Please be good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, one is an 18 and one is
Hits.
a 17.
Both hit.
Okay, the first one. 1d10? Okay, yeah. The one is a 1, but it's radiant
Yep.
damage.
So that's a 2.
The other one is a 7 radiant damage.
So that's 14. That's a total of 16. From underneath his cloak, black bile is starting to drip down.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's all.
Okay. John. You're sitting on the couch.
You're sitting on the couch.
Wait, nope. Damn, I really should have healing word prepared.
All
I
right.
don't know.
So you see John's hands lift up in a familiar pose, a now familiar pose, where he holds them up almost like he's holding several of the planks that a puppeteer uses to control. And he holds them up, and these lines of light lash out. And first, bonus action, he's going to cast Hexblade's Curse, and this red energy will sear into its back as the lines reach around the back and just dig into it. And he's going to cast 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Love it. I totally forgot. Because I'm not really used to creatures doing this on every turn. But you take 5 necrotic damage for being in its presence.
Fantastic.
But yeah, cool.
No
Let's go.
worries. So yeah, he sort of winces at this, like, normally this wouldn't affect me. Interesting. And grabs on, and he gets... Okay, so that is a 16 and a 25? 25 to hit.
They both hit.
Okay. And... All right. +3 for each one for the curse. And that is going to be 4, 3, 7, 13 total damage.
13 total?
As the
Noted.
as the lines essentially dig into its back. 13 force damage. And he's not gonna pull it closer this time. He's gonna leave it where it is.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't have repelling blast. That would have been awesome.
All right. Carla.
I only have so many spell slots.
Cantrip.
I don't have any aggressive cantrips. I'm sorry, love. Yeah.
Well, then make it
okay.
aggressive.
Oh yes, I'm going to minor illusion myself looking really angry. No,
Also, you take 5 necrotic damage for being in its presence. Sorry.
That's so lovely. You know how much I love that. So I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Cool.
Third level. right next to it, here.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? If it wants to move towards us, I'm gonna put it like here. Yeah.
So it
Like
doesn't
here.
touch him just yet.
No, it is. It. If it moves through it, it'll have to take damage. Basically, that's
Right.
the point that I'm trying to make here. Okay, and that's going to. It just has to take it. It can't do anything about it. Very exciting. Love that. Really. Where are all my D4s gone? I feel like I usually have like a pile of them, but they're all away for some reason. Okay. I'm talking to myself. I'm literally so stressed out right now. But in a good way. This is good combat. 11 and okay, 27 damage to that creature. Oh wait, no, it's another one because I'm using it at a higher level. Okay, so that's 30 damage to that creature.
What kind of damage is that?
It's slashing, but it is magical.
That's fair. Yeah, magical slashing. Okay. What happens?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, sorry, Kasara. I wanted to leave this one for you. Okay, I imagine she's just like really panicked, really scared, kind of like, oh, we've unleashed horrors into this room and now it's doing this. And she just kind of like takes one of the extra dagger that she has now, that she's unequipped it, and flings it out until it like beams with magical energy, multiplies, and just shreds through this thing. I imagine right where its face is, gets like clawed off with these daggers as it whips through them, and it falls
Perfect.
down with like black ichor.
Nothing left from this creature. And as it dies, all three of you take 5 more necrotic damage, half for Casario. The creature dies in a pile of bloody black bile mess.
I'm gonna heal myself for the 8 points, so I'll get a total of 3 back for the curse,
Perfect.
leaving me exactly at the health that I started today. Amazing. So I'm just imagining like this Gambit style, you know, Gambit from X-Men, where he like pulls out a card and he flings it and it just like multiplies in midair, and it's just, she pulls out a dagger and shotgun.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
so cool.
It like, and then if you imagine if how like meat grinders work, that's how I imagine it goes through things.
Yeah. That's exactly
But
what happened
shreds
here.
them.
It's gone.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to
Oh,
see
no.
what was in the chest.
No. Listen.
Well, now you
we'll-
can.
All
No,
right,
I think it's
before you do-
shredded. It's burnt to pieces actually over there. This whole place is actually probably burning down. We should probably leave.
Right. But before you do,
The chest itself, the furniture is still like, you know, burning a little bit. The chest itself is surprisingly resilient.
I'll use my thaumaturgy to reduce the flames as much as that'll let me.
If you use thaumaturgy on that, that'll basically put it out. Like it's like it's not a blaze. It's not that terrible.
Yeah, you see Casaro kind of just like, and
Yeah,
it like
that's so cool.
flames.
Yes, then mage hand opening that chest from here. We're staying here. We're not moving from here.
The chest opens. Even though the chest seems to be almost magically resilient to fire, there's nothing stopping you from opening the chest, and the chest opens, revealing one thin paper.
Mage hand will drift that towards me.
There's text on it. And the text is readable in your own
what's
language, in common. It says, "Armed with the strength of the north, the south will prove no easy feat. But once we set foot in the west, we will have one leg up in the east."
Hate poetry. Truly, I hate poetry. Okay.
Did you read that again, Carla?
And she reads it again for John.
It says, "Armed with the strength of the north, the south will prove no easy feat. But once we set foot in the west, we will have one leg up in the east."
Once we set foot in the
But
West.
once we set foot in the west,
West.
who will have one leg up in the east. I can show this to you if I edit it quickly.
He reaches over to the head that was like on the couch that had previously gotten knocked off. He sort of flips it up and spins it and catches it and nods to Carla.
There you go.
Would it be a riddle about the house?
Could be a riddle about something in this room.
Armed with the strength of the north, the south will prove no easy feat. But once we set foot in the west, we will have one leg up on the east. Oh, it's most certainly a riddle. Actually, she'll reach out. She's actually going to ruffle through her bag, take out the icon of, I think it's Ravenloft, pretty sure. Ooh, oh, what? Yes, the icon of Ravenloft in one hand, and you'll see the kind of energy. DM can tell us what kind of energy it is. Kind of go through her, and the other hand, she'll touch Carla, and she will cure wounds.
Right. And it is a beautiful, like pristine white color that is coming off of this.
All right, that's 3d8. What do we got here?
Wild.
10, 15.
I'll take it. That's real good. Thank you.
While they're doing that, John is going to sort of once again bending at the waist, looking at the joints in this statue. Do they articulate?
Not at all.
You
No,
think
this
it has
is,
to do?
It is one solid piece, well, two solid pieces of marble now that you broke the head off, but it's one solid piece of marble.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the statue. It could be the house. Perhaps as the bottom floor is south. The only place we couldn't enter was a place in the west of the house. Maybe a basement, that sort of thing. My first interpretation.
I'm wondering if it's literal or metaphorical in some way.
Could be related to
know why?
Strahd's conquest.
Do you not know? I'll reach out and restore 6 hit points with my healing hands. ASMR treat. To John.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm having fun. This is an adventure. I've been cooped up for so long.
Horrifying.
Strength of the north.
Could be in relation to Barovia. Maybe the armies in the north around Kresk.
Open your map, maybe, if we could look at the map and see.
Okay. I'll open the map out so that we could see.
Sure. Give me 1 second to load that up for you, but keep on talking.
Armed
Yes.
with the strength of the north.
So that would be sort of the mountain range. The west then would be towards Kresk, sort of that weird temple off in the area. The south is another mountain range that seems to be nothing there. And the east is where Castle Ravenloft and Barovia are.
Oh. Right. It's not signed, right? There's no author?
It's just what it says.
I've really had enough of this shit. If Daskalu is here, where the fuck is he?
Probably underground. There's probably a basement, some secret entrance, some hidden area, though he doesn't seem to be caring too much about leaving a trail.
If we sleep, I can send him a message and just ask him where he is. Or we can keep looking, but
The map is opened up on your screen.
But if we ignore the mountain ranges, then the north is Lake Sarovich, Valaki, that sort of thing. Well, Valaki would be the south, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I don't think
How
it's
many
related to
planes
that.
did they say there were?
Hmm?
There were Fanes. You know, the Fanes were the magical
Yes.
creatures, right? Were there 4 or were there 3?
A 3, I
3?
believe.
There were 3.
Yes. There's the Swamp Witch, the one near the mountain, and another one.
Right. So perhaps it's telling us that armed with 3 Fanes, it'll be easier to defeat the evil in the east.
Can I
don't know.
look at the statue and look at the arms? And is there anything stand out about that?
It's just a marble statue.
I mean, at least he's still kind of like John. He's looking in all the wrong areas. But I believe it's either something we'll have to take grander or something we can take very literal to our
Wait a
situation.
minute. You're from here, are you not?
Am I?
Are you?
Of course. Just like you now.
What is up with these Fanes? What's happening with them? Do you know anything about them?
Can you say that again? What Fanes?
The
The Fae
Fanes.
rings
Yeah.
things that we're talking about.
After the dance off, they gave us information about. I think there's 3. There might be 4. I can't find my notes about it.
To you, asking to your patron, depending on whether or not your patron wants to answer this, of course, and I'll leave that to you. Your patron will dismiss it as quite literally fairy tales.
Tales that the adults tell the children to keep them out of the stories. Fairy tales and other nonsense.
I feel as though your vagueness means that we're onto something here, Carla.
You might be.
Maybe.
There's a book on it in Velaki. Perhaps we go back and read it. We have a moment.
Right.
Yes. Okay. I think let's clear out what we have at this house, and then if we can't find more, then we could take a rest, and you could contact Daskaloo. We can maybe try to be kind, though everything that we've seen here is rather horrifying, to be perfectly honest.
There's 3. I found my notes. Windmill, Berez, Swamps. 3. Don't have any locations for them, but... Alright.
How many suits of armor have we found so far? I can only recall
2.
3. In this house.
In this house?
Oh, there's
I-
3, yes. The one down below.
The one in the grand hall, so one and the 2 in the billiard room.
The billiard room is currently locked, and I don't think we should go in there. Again, the last rooms that we have to look at are the ritual sacrifice one, and the one down below where we couldn't enter before, though you have some magic that can remove sort of magical presences, yes?
I do.
Yeah.
I have
Dispelling
let me just make
effect.
sure I have it prepared. I do. I can remove magic from something, a specific something.
You can try to remove it from that door and get in, and I think that clears this home, at least. At least then we try. But
Alright.
at least let's go down to the ritual sacrifice room. We've been putting it off long enough. And I don't want to be up here anymore.
I didn't see in there, but did the you mentioned something on the floor? Did it look like
Yes, it looked like a bloody pentagram, and I think you remember we found one in Vasili's house that might be connected somehow.
you saw in Lady Vocta's house?
There's also, yes, that is true. And there also was, from the sliver that I could see, a pile of dead, decomposing bodies. But that seems to be the standard decor around here.
Alright,
think that's
let's go
much
down.
special.
I'm gonna look at both of them. Do either one of them look particularly like
I'm full up with health.
shredded? You're good. Okay. What about
Whatever you gave me before, the like white light definitely healed a lot of whatever looked bad on her.
I'm doing fine. Minor nicks and scrapes.
Great. Perfect.
I will bring you back.
So, ritual sacrifice.
You want to get fed?
I'd love to.
Shoves Sean in first then.
He's going to push the door open and just sort of step 1 foot inside, almost as if like a landowner inspecting the property.
Perfect.
He's gonna take a step inside.
So you walk into the room, and again, like that stench just hits you. It's not unbearable, but it's just really filthy.
I've smelled worse.
When you look around the room, you see a large pile of dead bodies in the corner, and in the middle of the room, you see this bloodied pentagram on the floor, surrounded by lit candles, and what seems to be writing around the center, well, drawing. You can't quite make out the drawing because of all the light. You might have to get closer. But John, as you step into this room, you lock eyes with a creature that is to your left.
Rodano's creatures.
It is a horrifying creature that seems to be made up of several other creatures stitched together. And it looks at you and it says, "You are not the master.
Sorry, could you repeat that? What did he say? I missed it.
You are not the master."
Oh, but I could be. Who do you serve,
Yeah,
creature?
I serve. I don't know his name.
Friend John.
I
Above
seem
the
to
head
have
in.
made a friend, actually.
Oh gosh.
What?
Try not to get killed and guidance.
He's going to put his arms to his side in sort of a like very gracious, but showing he's not holding his weapons in a threatening manner. And what can I call you, my friend?
I have no name. I don't need a name.
Then how are you referred if someone wants you to clean something or do something? I assume you're a servant of some kind.
I just do things, and when I'm done, I sit here.
Smashing job. What things do you normally do?
I clean, and
Very well.
I don't know.
What are the standards to which you are held for your cleaning because you have obviously broken them?
He looks at you with like a vague expression and has no clue what you're talking about.
What is your purpose here?
Purpose?
What do you do in this room?
This is my room. The master comes in here every once in a while, but I live here as a living
Puppet.
example of his greatness.
Hello,
Hi,
I'm Xariel.
I'm not.
I know. We've come here in search of your master. We are something of old friends. I suppose you could tell us where he is?
Oh, help yourself, he says, and he points at the circle.
He's in the circle, your master.
No, he is downstairs.
Well, could you show us to him?
Yes, help yourself. And he points at the circle again.
I'm gonna walk over towards the circle and just what's inside of it right now.
So inside the circle, now that you're getting closer to it, you see around the circle there are like runes, like scribed in blood on the ground. Inside the circle, you see a couple of assorted body parts that are like in the center of it. Give me a perception check now that you're standing closer to it.
Remember your guidance. Remember your
Good
guidance.
point. Thank you. I would not have remembered. All right, perception. Okay. That is a 16 plus 3 plus 2, so that's 21. 21.
Wow. All right.
I'm very
Well
perceptive
done.
right now. Once again, bending from the waist and just like looking right into it.
So there is no way that you can read these runes. This is not your prerogative. Like you don't know this. Like this is not your thing. However, one thing you notice is that the runes themselves are just written in runic, you guess, like language that you don't understand. But there are 4 letters. But there are 4 letters that you can distinctly take out of this, like actual, just normal common letters.
Mm.
You notice that this circle has the letters S, E, N, and W.
He's gonna look over towards Carla, like sort of slyly, like, think we might have found something.
Yes, it seems this riddle has a visual component.
Delightful.
Pulling up the riddle again for us, if you wouldn't mind, because I'm stupid anyway.
Armed in the north.
Armed with the strength of the North. Let me just show it to you. But armed with the strength of the North, the South will prove no easy feat. But once we set foot in the West, we will have one leg up in the East.
I'm not touching body parts. You're doing that, John.
Okay. Okay, I don't think it'll work. But I was gonna say he uses chill touch to like pull up this hand like yours, but more grotesque. No, I'm just kidding. That wouldn't work.
Oh yes, I have a gross hand. I suppose I can. What's one? My gross hand can hold another gross hand. I'm giving it an experience. Should we? I don't particularly feel like summoning a demon, but I feel like this.
No, I think it's a teleportation circle. Is that right?
I just think it's
I've never
interesting.
seen them look like this.
The Master uses it for what he uses it for.
Yes,
He
quiet
pops
down
in and
now.
out. On this. Okay.
No.
No. Should I? I mean, we've already
Yes.
seen horrors beyond comprehension.
You wouldn't believe what my comprehension holds.
How does it work, dear? You'll tell us, won't you?
I don't know. The Master is in control of that.
Oh, certainly, but
The
you've seen
rest
him
is-
use it. Does he walk from the north to the south to the west to the east, and then go
No.
downstairs?
Casario, I believe we're going to be employing the use of these, and he gestures around to the body parts, tools of the trade, so to speak.
What? do you mean?
Armed in the north, afoot, and he holds up his foot and puts it in the south. Something to that effect.
So describe to me what you're doing.
Are you telling me you're going to face these different body parts in different directions, and this thing will magically take us to where we need to go? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, I don't know what's going to happen once we do it, but I'm anxious to see.
Tell me, what do you do?
Working with Carla, I presume. Begin.
And Carla, now seeing that Casariel is having doubts, is like, hands off. That's not happening. John can do whatever he wants here, but she's not. She's very
all on you,
intrepid
John.
because, yeah.
Oh, he's going to go over to the pile of so first of all, is there any body parts in the circle itself?
There are a couple of body parts in the circle itself. The pile of bodies itself contains loose body parts as well that you can like pull out if you would need them. Yes.
All right. So before he goes forward, excuse me, servant person. Whenever your master came and did things with his circle, did he ever bring along any friends? Did he
No.
make new friends?
No.
So nothing came out of this.
The master came out of this.
Fine. And he's going to start. He's just gonna either use. I don't think he's gonna step into it, but he's gonna use whatever he can to push an arm towards the N, 2 feet towards the south, the S, a foot towards the, I believe it was east, and
The west.
the west, and a leg up in the east. A leg.
So you from so in the center you're pointing them towards like those angles?
I was actually going to move them towards those spaces.
Perfect.
I literally don't even know how my character could stop this. I feel like she's just horrified.
Don't
The
stop it.
second the last body part hits
Genius.
the corner that you want to put it on, you magically you just feel something happening. The circle itself gives off a very faint glow, and the only thing you hear is click. And what that means, we will tell you after the break.
Yes.
Whoa.
All right, I'm
Oh my
turning off my
God.
eyes for a second.
Blech.
Oh my god, I can see.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
First of all, this is like
Very
the
well
best
done,
friend,
John. That
like,
was the riddle. Very well
mind
done.
meld Jedi shit happening here because I never. Carla and I, what's the map? Is it the map? The north, the east?
Is
Gosh,
it?
even off? Who knows?
Yeah.
No,
I
I
it's
figured it
super
was the house, but I thought that meant, oh, there's little treasure down in the room you didn't get to see because it fucking attacked you. That might help you defeat him.
Listen,
when you-
Einstein, tell us
No, no.
what's happening.
Oh, we had to put body parts places. Like, theoretically, this should fascinate Carla. I am so disgusted as Anne that I can't do anything.
So we're going to be taking our break on Twitch. We're going to be taking our break. We will be in the live chat if you want to talk with us. So join our Discord and jump on down for a moment to talk with us while we take our break. If you're on YouTube, of course you can't, but you can still join our Discord because we're very active in there as well. And we will be, of course, right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We've just taken our break, and I hope you did too. We just also chatted with a couple of people in live chat. Thank you for that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Before we jump back into the game, we just wanted to quickly express our appreciation for everyone that is currently with us in Twitch right now. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you for your activity in chat, and thank you for the bits and for the subs. Wow, that's like really kind of you. Like we're just here, a bunch of friends having fun, and it's great to see that you guys are enjoying it, and seeing that is just really kind of you. Thank you.
Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, the chat, the like play along lore that's happening in chat is so fun. So come join us live because I've never seen anything like it. It's super fun. There's like characters that like play along with us, like this like meta verse.
I think we have like 4 or 5 dolls in our bags that are like watching and acting along with us. It's just, that's so cool.
Yeah.
The whole point of
Very
the bag
cool.
of holding was to get them a studio apartment. Like, it's that energy.
A mansion. Do they have a mansion? I don't know.
They have a
We
mansion
need a
now.
drawing.
I love it. Right. So before the break, you delved further into the mansion or the manor of Dr. Daskalu, and you found a clue, a riddle, which you have just apparently solved through putting gross severed body parts in what seems to be summoning circle. And when you put them into position that fit with the description of the riddle, you felt something happening and you heard a loud clack downstairs. What do you do?
John sort of, he goes, "Hee, exciting."
I don't know what's more horrifying, everything that just happened there or like whatever he's doing.
It's fun getting to stretch his legs. It's wonderful.
We want him back after this, after our life is out of
Yes,
danger.
of course, of course. He's gonna start walking towards the door.
Sarah will reach out and touch the person next to her's arm and say, that clicking noise, when that happens, does your master usually head towards that sound?
Yes, he does. And why do you
Oh.
touch me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked. Is that all right? I'm
Yes.
fond of you. Oh,
He looks at you and like he doesn't he doesn't reply in disgust. More like that's a first. That's what you see in his face.
oh, it's a form of affection, really. I apologize. I just happen to think you're very nice and
Very attractive.
Zariel, don't flirt with the creature. Come along.
She thinks you're part of a wonderful whole.
would you like to come with us?
No, this is my room. I don't know.
You can't ever leave.
I don't know. I've never really done that.
Well, I won't tell anyone if you come with us. Be our secret.
Do you keep like eye contact while you're telling him that?
Mm-hmm.
Heck, give me a persuasion check.
I don't think you used the guidance from earlier. Oh wait, no, transfer.
You gave it to me and I used it.
Yeah.
That what was it? I'm sorry. A persuasion?
Persuasion.
9.
Maybe. I need to. I'll stay here for now. He seems not necessarily hesitant, but he's just not sure what to do with this. You being friendly to him is seemingly really just a first. He's never seen this before.
All right. Well, you stay here if you're comfortable. But you can leave this room anytime you want.
Yes. Maybe.
No, you can. I mean, all you have to do is walk through the door.
Hmm.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
In front of the other.
And
Maybe
you.
we'll come on and check on you before we leave, if that's all right.
Yes. Please.
Hi.
Doesn't John Carla, I imagine her starting to head down the stairs?
Downstairs. Yeah.
Yep.
I bet he'd leave the room if it was on fire.
And I imagine you're gonna go downstairs as well, Kassara?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here you go.
Mage hand. Up it comes. Pushes in the door.
Okay. Go right ahead. The door
She's
seems
gonna, like-
to have been unlocked.
Hairs in, like, from the side. Not putting her full body in.
Just from the side?
She kind of, like, leans her head around the side to have a look.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say because then otherwise you just see a couple of windows. Looking around the corner, you will see a bit of room with one chair facing a fireplace. Other than that, you see rows upon rows upon rows of books.
Well, I'm going to get to work finding the secret passage that's undoubtedly in here. And that's what she'll do. She's going to investigate every inch of this place so that she can find whatever is hiding in here, whether it's a book or a secret bookcase.
Where you
In her
are right
life
now, or because like you can also like you can see that like around the corner of this room,
Oh,
it seems that there might be more.
I imagine she starts here and like goes down, so like a very like She really thinks she's putting in like a valiant effort. She doesn't think there's anything else. And then she hits the corner and she's like, oh. How?
Okay. Most of the volumes over here seem to be books on all sorts of topics, primarily medical, and again, some more German poetry. But nothing that really piques your interest per se.
And then when I pop my head around the corner.
You see more books and another corner.
All right, then I'll start from here, work my way down, and presumably hit the corner.
Okay. And when you look around the corner, Carla?
There's more books.
Well, that too, but something else as well. You look around the corner, and to your surprise, you find a writing desk with some paper on it.
All right. Over to the writing desk, over to the paper. Immediately, that looks like more of a clue than anything else.
On the desk itself, you find a booklet, which seems to be a diary, and a letter. The letter is written in common. You should be able to read it.
And what does it say?
The letter says, My lord, the further pursuit of Lebenswasser seems to be going well. I have successfully replicated the example I took with me, and I am working on improving its capabilities. As per your request, a batch has been sent to the 3 ladies, as well as the clergy. I hope the batch sent to you was satisfactory as well. I am proud to say that not only does the enhancing property stay true to the original recipe, it also works wondrously in recreating life where there was none. Soon, I will deliver more to you than potions, but for that, I will require more shipments from the workmen. And I, of course, am very interested in the leftovers from the windmill, if that would be at all possible. Yours truly, Dr. Ivar Daskalu.
And the diary?
The diary details a collection of utterly horrible things and actions that almost make you sick as you read them. I can probably leave out the almost at this point.
Yeah.
As you flip through it, you spot a page that details the collapse of one of the rooms of this mansion and how it almost broke the ceiling of the basement. Luckily, as the owner of this diary wrote, the door outside was left unharmed and the passageway is still accessible.
I imagine Carla, like, is reading this horrific thing, like, ready to vomit, and then she reads about a basement, and the last time she was in a basement was within the death house, so she, like, twitches an eye, and then she just, like, takes the papers, like, snatches them up, and marches her way towards Cassariel and John, hands them out, and says, "We're going underground to find our little friend."
We are? Are you sure?
I read what's in his diary. He needs to be thoroughly disposed of. And also he's working with the fucking hags.
Oh, good to know. I was going to ask him if he would help us kill them.
Wait, underground? We're going underground? What's going on underground?
I think,
You're back! Oh my god, John! Hello! Do you remember any of that?
Oh.
What? Are we in a
Your friend.
library?
Your friend came out to
You
play
always
again.
zone out when it's books. Do you realize that?
I probably was. Yes, are we reading something? What's going on?
Dr. Daskalu is below in the basement, and he's been performing horrific experiments. Do you remember the man we encountered? Well, the man I was looking for, but you saved, Haynes, when we first met, who was working on a potion. Some
The
sort
guy
of
who was
potion
hiding in the
that-
bathroom.
No.
He was hiding in the bathroom when we
would-
got him. Yeah.
No.
Casario,
I
that's,
think-
yeah.
I remember from our accounts, but whatever he was working on was highly coveted. It was the whole reason I sent you to get there.
Oh, the
Whatever
potion.
it was seemed to made its way here too.
Yes,
Feel odd.
since I recall, Daskalu took one of the potions with him.
Gosh. The research was lost. We don't know what it was for. But now we know where it went.
It
Oh,
was
goodness.
very powerful, though I don't have any more specific reasons than that. It was very powerful. Also, I found a handprint here in blood next to this gold box. Do you think anything is happening with it?
And that gold box that you see over there, not a gold box. It is a. It has a name probably, but it's one of those like stands that you have next to your fireplace with a poker and a little ashtray. You just clean your. Yeah. Like it's a fireplace set or something. I believe it's
Yeah, I actually don't know what the name for that is, but I know what you're referring to.
A blowpoke. I know that because I watch murder podcasts and also have seen The Staircase on Netflix. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Not sponsored.
But could be sponsored by.
But we're still looking for sponsors, so.
Guys, we're looking for sponsors. If you know anyone, get us in contact. Cause well, I mean, there's blood everywhere in this mansion. Could be a hint.
Right, I thought right.
It could be a hint, maybe. And Carla's going to produce the mage hand and get it to like move the thing that it's in front of to see if anything happens with it.
It moves. Other than that, nothing happens.
Good hunch, though.
And nothing with that fireplace. Do we know where we're going? Where's the basement?
Oh.
Do we know that?
I have no clue. Apparently there's a door outside.
The diary distinctly states that there is a door outside.
Yeah. There's a door outside, which means going outside to look for it. Do we want to do that? I mean, you're feeling probably refreshed after your potion.
Sure, I feel great.
John, how are you
I
feeling?
feel fine. I just have you ever sat wrong on your arm or something and it feels tingly all over? Feeling that.
Like pins and needles.
Yes, it's odd. I feel fine. I can move. This feels odd.
Do you know what I learned? You probably learned it too. In that case, after you've been possessed by something, it's sort of the feeling you get after that. It's weird, don't you think?
I feel like I heard Carla say something about underground, and it was like I was just not paying attention. I was sleeping or something, and then I'm back. It woke me up, or I don't know how to describe it. It's so we're going to this time. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yes.
We'll be fine. It's going to be fine.
Let's go look outside, because I feel as though we've come this far. Okay.
Right. So yeah, we'll head outside and do a scout of the perimeter.
All right. Carla, and well, all three of you, why not? Give me a perception check now that you are there.
Alrighty.
Where were these rolls earlier?
21.
21 as well.
15.
Okay. John, you still suffer the effects of just being like a little, not really there.
It's sort of like squinting in the sun almost.
Yeah. Carla, Cassariel, you're walking outside and you're looking for like where to begin. Like, is it in the shed or something? Or like, what the heck? Carla, you standing closer to it, notice that to your left, on the map to the right, there's a main path leading to the mansion, obviously. But to your left, you notice a very subtle path in the grass. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Perhaps you should follow it.
Suppose we are. I imagine she's got. Where is it? There it is. She's got the magnifying glass out, like following it, like comedically. Through.
Go ahead.
As we walk past the graves, John is going to sort of give him a little bit of a wide berth.
Okay.
And
Carla,
Casaro
as
is
you
actually
come
walking
around the corner-
backwards, making sure nothing's coming up behind them.
As you come around the corner, you notice a cellar door on the side of the building. Hidden in plain sight, guys.
And
Oh,
I'm gonna come clean. I saw that at like when we first opened the mansion. I saw that the thing. It's definitely hidden, but John didn't. So that was really well done. Really well done.
John,
Yeah. What's up?
you're big and strong, and you've got a big sword. Wanna go first?
Should I break the door down?
I'd go first if you want. I
Is-
am feeling good.
Is hand carved mahogany? Sorry, that's 2 times.
I tell you what, if you lift it, stay behind cover. I'll take a look down.
Alright.
I can see further than you in the dark if it
Yeah.
should be dark down there.
Bend down, grab it, and pull up the door and sort of like hold it up for them.
And it opens. And
Awesome.
to your surprise, it is not too dark down there. It seems like there's a bit of light. It is an immediate staircase that goes down. Do you wish to enter?
Well, I'd like to look 300 feet down.
If
Can I
you look
see
down,
anything creepy down there?
if you look down the staircase, you
Yeah.
notice a lantern and a closed door.
This is a beautiful
Lantern
map, by the way.
closed door. It is
Thank you.
beautiful.
I just
He's big.
zoomed out and
I
there's a
don't know
bunch
if
of glowy bits.
I don't know if I told like on stream, but like by the way, now that you've like covered everything, I can also just show the rest of the map like in its entirety. There we go. I don't know if I told you guys on stream yet, but I made this map.
Yay!
That's
And isn't
And
it
it's
so
a cheap
wonderful
one
and
as well.
horrifying?
Beautiful.
Lots good
Deeply
use of body
upsetting
parts.
and very artistic.
Yeah, good use of gore, a liberal use of body parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Daskell after all. Do you guys wish to venture underground?
It depends, DM. Do we need a long rest before we do that?
I
I'm
head
gonna tell
down
you,
there.
We're fine.
Oh, fine. All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Oh.
Let's go.
He promised me there wouldn't be a basement. All men do is lie.
I never promised you. I said, like, would that be something I would do? Don't be silly.
And we
You
said,
promised.
absolutely, you're insane.
And he
Look at
wonders
us.
all the time, like, why are you guys so skittish? Like, what is it? It's a conditioned response,
So
but it's great. Don't send help.
you
we're
look
fine.
down. You look down the old stone stairs into the cold earth. This must be a cellar of sorts. The musty smell of mildew hits you. Mildew and more. Something's definitely not right down here by the smell of it. A lit torch shows a closed door at the end of the staircase.
Oh.
Also, music-wise, tabletop audio. Thank you. This is
Pray
so
for
perfect.
us.
That was
Pray
odd.
for us.
Uh-oh.
Back again.
They don't normally. Never mind.
Oh, you didn't intend to let him go.
Are we doing some more exploring?
Yeah, you first.
Delighted. He just opens the door and like casually walks in. First step.
Perfect. As you walk in, you notice that you walk into a rather large, lengthy hallway, lit by torches, with cowled statues left and right of this hallway, made out of limestone. Right around the corner, just behind the first statue, is one door. And it seems that the hallway at the end doesn't stop. It seems to extend.
You know what I think is a good idea? Perhaps invisibility?
I was thinking that as well, and Carla's going to slap out both hands onto one onto Casariel's arm and one like into the middle of John's chest, a little harder than she hits Casariel. And she's going to cast invisibility at 3rd level so that all 3 of us are invisible.
Fair.
Okay.
All three of you are now invisible.
I only have 1/3 level spell left, so.
Interesting.
Alrighty.
I'll go first.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna scooch around this guy. I'm actually gonna scooch on the wall past John here. Thank you. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I'm gonna scooch. I'm gonna be real quiet, taking real gentle steps.
Okay. You don't touch the statue, do you?
Never would I ever
Okay.
do that. No,
I-
sir.
I just have to ask.
Absolutely not.
John actually
No
does
mage
get close, and he's looking at it. Like, what are some notable
We can't
features
even
of this
see him.
hooded statue?
I
It's
just realized we
very
made
well
it-
made. It's made out of limestone. It's very well made. But the one thing that is like really like immediately noticeable is the fact that it's wearing like a big cowl, but underneath the cowl, it's just dark, an unnatural darkness. Like you can't see its face, no matter how hard you would try. Maybe there isn't a face. Maybe something's obscuring your vision, but it's really hard to make out what's happening there.
I'm just gonna. I imagine this is true, but so blindsight isn't helping me, and there's something odd going on here. It's not okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, blindside would, if it would help you, I would totally tell you, but it
Right.
doesn't.
And that's why I figured. I just wanted to say, interesting.
Casariel, you open the door, and you see a room in front of you.
Oh God. There's a lot of shit in here.
That was
There's
perfectly
a
timed.
lot of shit.
I close the door. I'm kidding. I
In
don't.
this room, you see rows upon rows of bookshelves with books scattered around the floor, discarded as if they mean nothing. There's a large standing mirror here, and there is one dais with an open book on it. In the corner of the room, there is a table with some books on it and a chair. But most strikingly, in the middle of the room, there is a white circle drawn in white powder.
Mhm.
And on opposite sides of the circle are two very large stone statues. One of a creature, the other of a man. They're facing each other, and the man is holding its arms out and screaming. Not audibly, of course, just like that's what the statue looks like.
In her head, she hears, well, he doesn't appear to be here. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay. I'll very gently close that door back.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. And just scooch on down. Definitely not touching any of the statues.
You
The
know,
statue
And
you're
that-
getting close to
Uh-huh.
has a lot of blood around the base of it.
as you guys proceed, as like you saw the door close, the door opens again behind you, and John steps in.
Shit, John.
Such an asshole. I love it.
He's going to stand here. He goes, I wonder if this still works. Let me try. And he's going to use divine sense. But what you see is like from the spot where no one is standing, all of a sudden a bunch of ethereal like strings just slowly spread out and detect good and evil.
There is absolutely nothing in this room that responds to that.
Seems safe. I'm going to look around. Do you have fun with your statues?
Who is he
Not
talking to?
separate.
Oh, are we moving forward, or can I investigate? Although you're investigating, Carla, don't you like investigating?
Just realized we made a demon invisible.
You guys are still invisible,
Are we
right?
sure that it's a demon?
Yeah.
Well, is this like a book on a podium? I missed that description.
It is like an open book on the days.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's gonna get up to it and look over it and just see is it something that he can recognize?
It seems to be a codex of some sorts on strange creatures. The page that it's currently flipped to details a very specific creature called a basilisk.
Like out of there. In John's head.
Yeah.
I don't know if my message works with the creature, but
It's
somewhere
John's body,
in John's
so
consciousness.
It will work, yeah.
Yeah, it's just... You want
fine.
your vessel to stay alive, yes?
This wouldn't do well. Fine. But I'm
Why is that?
intrigued. Shall we carry on?
Sariel?
Yep. We're just going to just stay as far away from those as we can. Actually, she's gonna take Carla and like gently kind of, as she's standing in front of that statue, just kind of like physically scooch her over a few inches. In front of the one
Okay.
on to her right, my left.
All right.
Anyway, and keep on moving.
Okay, you pass the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Just go on.
Yep.
Just confirming.
Here we come. I can see 300 feet in front of me, even in the dark.
And I'm not scared at all.
Nope. Should be fairly sufficient. Oh shit! A corner. Well.
It seems
Damn
that
it.
the hallway extends around the corner.
Okay.
With more statues, but no doors.
Okay, before we move down this hallway, I'm gonna take a peek at the tiles, the stones that are down there. Does it look like any are different than...
Very well. Give me a investigation check.
May I look back at Carla and John and say, do you all see any inconsistencies there?
I'll
Like,
do
I
the
don't know if
investigation
It would
check.
give me I don't...
Yep.
Yeah.
And because you're doing it
Says-
together, do it with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent. That's a 24.
24?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with this floor, Carla.
fabulous. Seems to be all clear. I don't see the usual markings.
All right. I didn't do it either. I was just making sure you didn't, mind your steps. And I'll zigzag very carefully, one stone at a time, like kind of like tippy toeing on the steps before I step there.
I imagine like Carla has like some grasp on like one part of like her dress, and is following right behind.
John. Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I was gonna say John just essentially walks behind them, not zigzagging, just straight through the middle of the hallway, 1 foot behind the other.
Okay. Casario, as you come upon the end of the hallway, passing no less than 5 of these statues,
Mm-hmm.
you look around the corner and see a final piece of hallway.
Mm-hmm.
With a couple more statues, ending in a very large wooden door. Not just any door. It's a very large wooden door, and slap dab in the middle of this door is a very large metal head. It looks demonoid almost, and it has a very big grin on its face. Its mouth itself seems hollow. On the ground in front of it, you see green residue of something.
I'll hold my hands back and I'll say, that's different. John? Is it one of your friends? Yeah?
Looks like an artistic rendition of something that they knew nothing about.
Nebulous? Could you be more specific?
It's not someone I know, dear.
Oh. Good.
We keep calling you John. Do you have an actual name we could give you?
John will do. This tool is very useful. You wouldn't call a hammer by the name of the person wielding it, would you?
Yes.
You would.
Sure.
It's actually
Pretty
very
woman.
profound. Holy shit.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm certain Michelangelo would not exist in this world, but if he did, he would want his. Never mind. I'm gonna move forward. I have nothing quite as profound to say. We're just gonna leave it at that. Should I try to blast it or something, or should we try to jostle it a bit? Or could you use your skeletal hand on it?
Yes, I'll go for the hand, I think would be the easiest option to start with, and then from there we can work our way down. And Carla is going to send out her... Actually, I don't want any visual things happening. So what she's actually going to do is she's going to send her unseen servant,
All
a
right.
little ghost, but she's not going to put his little napkin over him to make him visible. It's just going to be an invisible unseen servant to go up and sort of like push on the doors, kind of mess around a little bit with it.
It seems as if your unseen servant is pushing against a stone wall, which it isn't, but nothing happens.
I'm going to get the servant to sit in its mouth,
Okay.
the open mouth.
It can do so partially, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay.
If we have to use some sort of magic on it, perhaps the unfavorable kind.
What?
I have
I mean,
something.
we have a key that fits any lock. Could give it a go.
We could try that. That's a great idea.
John's gonna
So I
start
like
walking
call.
forward.
If you bump into any of us, Carla's going to like jab you in the crotch.
He actually very elegantly sort of steps around you, and you may not even have felt it. Maybe the wind as he walks by.
I think it
No, you
might
got
not
blindsided.
be he.
I
Do
want to
you
get
know?
Yeah.
a little bit closer, and I want to see if I notice any details about this door. Does it have a lock? Does it look like there's a specific way to interact? Is there a handle? Is there no way to open, close it? Or is
Nothing.
it just a demon head?
It's just a lot of like wooden beams going down, and slap back in the middle of it, a large metal demon head with a large grinning open mouth that seems to like be. It looks like it's not just a mouth. It's like it's a crevice. It's an opening.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
So you could say that is a handle, but that's like a very large handle.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. There may have been some information in the study earlier. I'm hesitant to break my sweet little hammer here by putting it in harm's way. He's oh so delicate, don't you know?
You mean John?
Yes, of course.
Yes, don't fucking break John.
I'm not going to. I don't want to. That's why I'm saying that I'm hesitant to place his body in this potential problem.
Casario will sidestep Carla and grab his hand.
You
All right,
can't
well,
see each
I don't-
other.
That's true. I just walk forward. Oh, sorry,
So,
Carla.
As you
I
get
can't grab his
close-
hand. Ah.
As you get close, he'll reach out and grab yours because he can see you.
But you
Who all
fucking hurt
demonic
John.
forces?
You already know what I've told you.
It's not this demonic force, by the way. It's
No, that's
just
John.
John's
John
blind
can do
side.
that. Yeah, John can do that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair.
All right. All right. I'm going to take a look at the opening.
Okay.
Does it look like you're supposed to put your hand in there to unlock it? Is that what it looks like?
You're not sure.
All right. The green stuff on the floor. Is it dripping out of the mouth or is it just coming out of the door? What's going on there?
It's dry. It seems to be dried up residue of something. So it looks like it was a puddle at some point, maybe, but it no
Yeah.
longer is. It's dried up.
Coming out of the door or just sitting in front of the door?
It's at the base of the door.
Did we tell me the door was locked? Or should we try to open it
Yes, I
with mage
tried
hand?
to get the. My unseen servant is very similar. It should
Oh.
be able to open it, but it didn't. We could try the
what-
key, so I'm going to drop the key down to my unseen servant and have it try and use that within the opening. The magic.
You want to
key.
stuff it in the opening?
The magic key, yeah.
Okay. Your unseen servant stuffs the key in the opening, and after a little while pulls it out again. Apparently, this is not a lock.
I think we might have to put something dead in there.
Is it possible that there's information in the room that we passed? Maybe.
Why don't you go up and fetch a dead body for us? And bring it down here.
Sure. I'll leave you down here in the.
No, you will absolutely not. If you think I'm leaving you with John in that room, you are.
Oh, Casariel, I'm always with John.
You're good at puzzles. It's very lucky for you. Let's go.
Let's what now?
Okay. After the mention of limbs, then Carla will summon the mage hand and let that sit within the opening to see if that has any effect on it.
There doesn't seem to be anything in there.
Yep, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go in here. I believe it. That's the thing. All right, I can't see you. You can see me. Just up.
He's going to like, not harshly, but grab her hand and lead her towards the wall away from the statue, because agreed, that blood looks pretty gnarly. Mind the guests, dear. Or mind the watchers, dear.
Thank you. There are a growing list of things in this world Casario wants to kill, and she is 1,000,000% not used to just smiting something on sight. It's the Barovia sucks.
Yeah.
Put
Thank
that on a
you.
t-shirt.
Carla's going to spend some time with this desk and distinctly ignore the other two because she's having a time.
Okay. The desk is just covered in like items. There's books. There is some manacles on there. There's a bit of blood under the desk, which is dried up. The books themselves seem to be all sort of notes and paper on various topics, including just like the animal kingdom, some flora, a bit of everything.
Is this a mirror? Or is that just a miscellaneous item?
That is a miscellaneous item, but it is a broken mirror. Yeah.
She'll pocket that.
Sure. You can it's a broken silvered mirror.
Take it.
Is this a mirror north of John as he picks his way across the books?
That is a standing mirror, yes.
Casariel, I found some. Casariel, if you're invisible, I wonder what effect the mirror would have.
And you see this?
Actually, you're too far away, so he just laughs. I'm gonna come back over to this book again and inspect it a little bit more. Is it just the detail of basilisk? Does it say any information about them?
It does. If you read it, it writes a little bit about like what basilisks are, where they originate from. They have some magical origins and whatnot. And their properties, they're relatively large. They're kind of lizardy. They're known to usually have 8 feet. They have a tail. They're kind of like horny, like wrong word, but they're kind of like thorny on their scales. Spiny, yeah. And they're one thing that they're very well known for is the fact that they turn people to stone.
On that, I'm going to approach the statue here, staying out of the circle, and I'm going to look at it. Does it look so finely detailed that it might just be a person that got turned to stone?
Roll me a perception check on that.
Okay. Ooh, I got an 8 total.
It's a very well-made statue.
And the other statue across the way, does it match the description of what I read to be a basilisk?
Goddamn basilisk. It's a goddamn
Quite so.
basilisk. You know that's a goddamn basilisk. Of course it is.
It's a statue there.
Mm-hmm. What are the statues outside? Are they good guys or bad guys? Fucking hate Barovia.
He's gonna walk down here. What are the other things on the circle, if any?
They're just runes, and you can't really make out anything. Like the circle itself seems to be drawn with chalk, like a white powder. Nothing really catches your eye about the circle.
So is there a thing on the circle where I'm standing near it?
As Carla makes her way
Oh boy.
down the hallway by herself, you might notice that she is all alone down there. Continue.
Is the thing in front of me something that is not part of the circle?
The book?
Yeah.
There seems to be a book. It's the only one on this side of the room, but
Pick it up.
Yeah. It seems to be a book on summoning circles.
Interesting. I wonder if that's actually relevant to it.
You flip through it, and you see all sorts of summoning circles, including the one that you saw upstairs, which is used to magically lock certain places. You flip through this book, there's not a lot of pages, and you notice that the circle on this ground is not described in this book.
Someone has some unfinished research. Or does that mean that it's not a summoning circle?
It doesn't seem like it's research, it's printed, not written.
Carla, have you seen this book?
Carla?
Carla?
Yeah, no, he's just getting yelled. Carla? Casariel, where's Carla?
Carla?
Carla, where are you?
Carla is inspecting the door.
Well, yeah, so John is going to... These adventurers, and he's going to rush past Casariel and, like, sort of grab her and say, come along. And...
She's gonna put her hand in the door.
Start.
You're gonna put
looking.
your hand in the hole?
Yeah.
They're rushing down. Oh God.
Too late.
Oh! No.
I'm sorry.
the bowl.
I need to know one more detail before I'm gonna give you the deets. Left or right?
Gonna be her. She writes with her left, so it's gonna be alright.
Okay. You stick your left hand into the gaping crevice of this door, and you know what's interesting is around you there are torches. So you would expect that you could see at least, like when you're sticking your hand in there, you could at least see a bit of your hand, but it's like pitch black in there. So you can see up to your cuff, and the rest behind that is just gone. You can't see it. What do? Pull your hand back? You don't feel anything there.
Feel
Hello?
anything interesting? See, I don't know what I wanted to do with this, to be perfectly honest.
Like, do you pull your hand back or not? Or are you going to keep it there? That's kind of important.
I know.
How far can we get down the hallway while she's deciding?
I'm going to
go ahead,
say
move.
this is either meant to happen or it's not meant to happen.
So
I'm
if it's
gonna
meant to
call
happen, we wanna
forth.
be there. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to call forth my spiritual session, and if I happen to land on the teleport one, amazing. If I don't, I'm really wise right now. I'm really charismatic right now. I can't teleport. You see, like, the glow of, like, Stoker's collar sort of, like, form around her neck as the tail of the best friend comes forward instead, and she slowly draws her hand out of the maw.
You take what you think is your hand back. And it seems that nothing happened.
I just had the wildest deja vu.
Means we're doing the right thing.
Okay.
Didn't do anything, Carla.
Carla, are you here?
Yes, I'm just looking at the door.
Oh, thank God. All right. You're doing what at the door?
I'm just looking at it. That's all.
Oh.
I had a
Find
hunch,
anything?
but I'm not sure.
I could try to see if it's magical. If like.
That would help. Yes, any form of identifying would be good.
I'm pretty sure I could do that. One moment.
While they're
Yes,
doing
'cause
that,
you will
I'm going to
take
walk
some
back up
moment.
the hallway, but she can continue doing her thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna start ritually casting detect magic.
Okay.
While that's going on, I want to inspect this statue a little bit closer and just see where the blood is coming from.
It seems like it's been like put around the base of the statue. Not deliberately, but like spilled.
Does the statue, is it holding any kind of weapons of any kind?
Not at all. It's having that like both arms into like the sleeve of the other arm kind of thing.
What are you?
It doesn't feel inclined to respond to you yet.
This place is getting boring. And out
Sorry?
of character, this place is really fucking interesting. Sorry.
I figured as much.
I'm not bored. I'm not bored.
Kasaria, you ritually cast detect magic, and as your ritual completes, you see Carla and John light up because they're full of magic. You do notice a faint aura on the door as well.
Specifically on which part?
Specifically on the lock in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the mouth?
Yes, the entire metal like head on the door lights up.
Sorry,
I'm not 100% sure what school this falls under, but I believe it's divination.
Kasara's going to take the dagger out of her sheath, slice it across her palm, and hold it, not her hand into, but like drip the blood into the mouth of the opening, and then take it back.
A couple of drops of blood fall into the mouth, and nothing happens. You take 1 damage, though.
Do you think I could fit this statue back in that other room in here? In this?
I look back at the statue. Is the statue giving me any vibes?
No.
Yeah, maybe do like a 3. Just go walk and see if anything gives you vibes. Go. Should probably be a good idea.
I'll do that. I'll walk up and down the hall.
Okay. The entirety of the hallway doesn't strike you as odd magically.
Okay. I'll take a peek ski in this room.
Okay. Yeah, this room definitely has some magic. The 2 statues just light up.
Mm-hmm.
Better yet, let me retcon that, because I have to be fair with you. 1 statue lights up.
Oh, that's it?
The basilisk one. The other one doesn't.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What do you think she's found?
Do I know... Do basilisks bleed green? See, this is me thinking too far. Somebody send help.
Basilisks have red blood, not green.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but for this installment, it's red.
Okay, good.
There was a book on circles and summoning circles back there. Do you know anything about those?
I had to summon them a little bit. I know that if I gain a little bit more power within myself, I might have an opportunity. Got some stored away, but past that, no, I don't know the inner workings of them.
As a quick in between question, by the way, are you guys still invisible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine.
And also, I'm stumped. I don't know what to do. There's either a potion that opens this door for
Just knock on
the
it.
residue.
Knock on the door. Knock on it. See what happens.
She's on my
Daskaloo?
version.
Open up!
Paging Dr. Daskaloo. Yeah, I mean,
Please open this goddamn motherfucking door.
Dr.
before
Daskal,
we
over to the
do
front
that-
desk. Dr. Daskal, over to the front desk.
before we do this to a boss battle, exhaust all our options. We can put a dead hand in there, or like a dead head, something like that. We could look for a potion that might be the key, or we could look for something else, but I genuinely feel like all of our options are exhausted outside of literally finding a basilisk.
Yes, I want to go back into the room again.
I mean, can we examine the green stuff? And can I do some sort of a check to try to determine what this stuff is?
You can try.
Okay.
Give me a medicine check.
As I kneel down, I will take my choker in hand and say, Mother, if you've ever been with me, I need you now. I'll guide myself.
Okay.
What was it? I'm sorry. What?
Medicine.
Medicine. Yep.
Medicine. Okay. That's a 9 naturally. Medicine is Oh, I can't find it. Medicine? Oh, 4. 13. 17.
All right. You do not recognize this liquid that has been dried up down here. You have no clue what this is, and as you stand up frustrated, you get a whiff of something. It smells alcoholically. That's weird.
What? Should we pour some... do you smell that? The
Dragon?
I don't know. It smells like, does it smell like wine? Like Everclear? What does it smell like? Mead?
If that's the case, then Carla's gonna uncork dragon's whatever, red dragon, smash the right dragon, and pour a little bit into the mouth, bottoms
Magic
up.
dragon?
You pour the red dragon crush into the mouth?
Like a shot.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. You pour a shot into the mouth, and the mouth grins a little wider and says, "Ah, that's good. Almost." And it reverts back to its original state.
What the fuck? Okay, so it's an alcoholic. Wonderful. Did we see any good wine? Or do we have any? This
We
is
took
the
some
best
from,
wine that I have.
Vasili's house.
Yes, the best one that I have. It's the red dragon.
No, but more than the red dragon. I took a few bottles of like normal. Yes.
Is it possible
yeah,
just
we
wants
have-
more?
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'll
toss the whole
open.
bottle in there.
Okay.
Dump it in.
It grins wide once again
John!
and says, "It's still very good, but misses a punch."
That's good alcohol I wasted on you. As I remember.
Carla's going to call John back with a message and just be like, John, it wants alcohol.
Okay, with that, he's gonna start searching around in the room for anything that looks like a liquid container or alcohol. Like
In the room?
in the books on the ground, and in the shelves on the bookshelf, and in the desk.
How do you walk around this room? Sorry, but I have to ask.
No, it's fine. So he's gonna start in the book piles here, and he's going to like look around, arms clasped behind his back, staring down, and sort of pushing through with his feet. Then he's going to inspect all of the bookshelves in front of him, and he's going to do that as he goes clockwise around this room. Yeah.
The bookshelves provide no alcohol, just books.
Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down. You're gonna look at the statue. Does the statue have like a flask or anything on it?
It doesn't seem to be, no.
Okay. And he's gonna continue around, go down here, and then check the table.
You avoid the circle.
Yeah, I've walked all around it.
Okay. The desk does not contain any alcohol.
Do you
All
think?
right.
Did you do a message to me? Can I reply or nah? It's probably too late. I'm gonna go around, not touching the circle,
Okay.
and rush down. Do you think basilisk blood is alcoholic?
I think it will turn you to stone forever.
It should have venom in it at least.
I'm gonna walk right up to it and look at the thing and say, "What do you want? What tastes good?"
There's no reply.
I cast suggestion. I suggest you tell me what you want right now.
There's no reply.
God damn it. Okay. I command you to. Okay.
I think we could leave. We could leave it there.
Do you think you could do with a health potion?
I'm not wasting any
There is
of
no
this on
reply.
that.
You could pour the rest
No,
of
I'm
the
talking to these two.
bottle of dragon
I think
wine
she already
down
did.
there.
Yes, I already tried that. I
No,
think
but said it wasn't enough.
I
I think she poured the whole thing in.
yeah.
Oh, you did. Oh, I see.
We're looking for something with more
after
punch.
yeah.
All right, Casariel
Okay.
is going to take out the symbol of the Morning Lord from her bag. And she's going to kneel down. She's going to put it on the floor. She's going to take out her focus, take off her necklace, and put it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
She'll take out the icon of Ravenloft and place it next to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Casario's about to turn water into wine here.
And she's going to close her eyes. And she'll say, Mother, Father, Silver Lady, Morning Lord. I'm going to cast Augury.
Okay.
I need you to guide my sword. Sorry. I couldn't help it. It's my favorite movie.
Ask me what you want to ask.
I need to know if what is behind this door is worth us continuing to search. I just need a sign. Is it good? Should we continue or should we stop?
You are filled from head to toe with the energy that you should and must press on.
I was afraid of that. Don't suppose you'd give me a sign of how to get in there?
Roll me a d12, Casario.
10. Is it
10.
good or is it bad?
You asked both the Morning Lord and your mother to please guide you and help you on your way. And as you said
And
that...
Saloon. I just
And
scattered it
Saloon.
all over. Yep.
Everyone. You know,
Anyone
I don't
who'll
care.
listen.
Anyone. Just indiscriminately. I need everyone.
Calling all
And-
channels.
Yeah. You get a very warm feeling on the inside. You're not sure who of the three is contacting you, but one of the three is definitely responding to you. And the one thing that you are feeling is the fact that you're so close. But that what is visibly there cannot be found when you're invisibly there.
You see Casariel.
For the solution lies in vision.
You see Casariel do this kind of little ritual. She's placing everything down. You see her kind of like she's filled and she smiles, and then she seems as though maybe she's reaching further. Both palms are pressed to the ground. She pops up and she's Kala. Drop invisibility. She'll gather her things up and then just turn towards the door.
And Carla will drop invisibility then.
Nothing here changes.
Shit, I was quite sure I heard that right. She's gonna put her necklace back on. Hold the symbol of the Morning Lord. In her hand, she will place her hand through the lock and see what she can feel.
You will feel stone cold metal on the inside of the mouth. Nothing more.
I already tried that. It seems nothing.
I have a
Yes,
feeling
but
we
I
should
think you have
check
to
the other room once again. One more time, for good measure.
Visible.
We might have to fight
Well.
us a little friend.
Now that we're all visible, bunched together, don't want to fight anything on our own.
John's gonna start walking back.
Carla will follow him.
Basilics are very bad. She'll just follow
That
her,
is
like-
correct.
So
She's
he's gonna
saying-
walk and he's gonna pay very close attention to this statue as he walks past. If it moves, he's gonna react.
The statue does not feel inclined to react just yet.
Okay. And as I enter, I'm going to see if anything changes as I am in the room. Same thing with Carla.
Walking into the room seems exactly the same. Books scattered around, a chalk circle on the ground in the middle, and two statues looking at each other. Nothing more.
Carla, getting frustrated at the loops, kicks the circle a little bit
Don't look
to smudge
at
it.
that creature in the eyes. Don't close your eyes.
You smudge the circle and nothing happens.
Oh, look at that.
It means to insult you,
Unreactive.
Carla. If you look it in the eyes, it will turn you stone.
That can be
Sorry,
easily
is
fixed.
not looking at it.
And he's going to line up his maul with the basilisk's face, and he's going to try to hit it in the eyes to break the eyes off. He's just going to try to hit it and smash the face of this statue.
Oh, I like it. All right, give me a flat attack roll.
All right. Regular attack, no heavy weapon master. That is a 21.
Cool. Okay. Damage does not apply here. You hit the statue square in the face, and the statue just moves a little bit towards the south. So its gaze that was fixated on the statue in front of it has shifted a little bit to the side. And as you do that, the statue of the man changes into an actual man. The gaze of the basilisk statue apparently broken. And the man reaches out to you and he says, "Don't go any further. Don't go any further. This is dangerous. Please, if you go further, you will die." And he collapses in front of you on the floor. As he does, a key falls out of his pocket.
Look, Carla, a talking statue.
We maybe shouldn't have broken that thing. That would have been very... We could have wheeled it in and stoned Dr. Daskalo, actually.
This body is strong, but not that strong.
As they talk, Casario rushes past them, having this very logical conversation to this man on the ground, staying very clear of the basilisk, and places both hands on him. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Did he say?
He
In
told us that
grave
we shouldn't go
danger.
any further. We're going to die or something silly like that.
Usual creepy bullshit.
Warning or but entities I trust very much. My life told me it was important for us to move forward. I'll pick up this key, which I'm assuming I saw.
And as you touch the key to pick it up, you can pick it up and put it in your pocket, of course. As you pick it up, you hear a very subtle click in the corner of the room. It seems that an ancient passageway has presented itself.
Interesting. Normally keys must be put into locks to work, but I like this one.
Do not walk in front of that
Before we go
creature.
any further,
Do-
hang on. And he's going to grab the tail and turn it even further to the south, so it's pointed away from the archway or the.
And is looking at the wall.
Looking straight at the wall, straight south. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Good call, Casario. Rather clever, aren't you?
Really sons of bitches. You would know that if you were actually my friend John. We've fought a few of them. Almost died more times than I can count on one hand.
I'm glad you kept.
You walk into a very small hallway covered in cobwebs. At the end, there's a torch and a door. You open up the door, I imagine?
Mage hand, open the door, and head in if nothing immediately attacks us.
Nothing immediately attacks you.
Oh.
Behind the door, you spot a room with various paraphernalia, including a couple of dead bodies stashed away in the corner in a crate.
Love what you've done with the place.
There seems to be some defensive barricades here. And behind the barricades, there is a bloodied sword, shield, and hat. Knowing
What's in
Dr.
this
Daskaloo, that
cage?
doesn't say anything per se, but if you would have seen this for the first time, you would have almost assumed a battle would have taken place here.
In that cage there.
Oh, what's in that cage? There's just a desiccated body in there.
Oh, lovely.
I don't
Just
know why, but I love that word.
desiccated.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful word, right? Yeah.
So does it look like there were defenders on one side or the other of these defenses?
It could be, but it could also be something to throw you off. You're not entirely sure, but it kind of looks like it, yeah.
You said a bloody sword, shield, and helm. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the helm and look at the other two and inspect them and just... What are these? Are they anything special about them? Or are they just someone's equipment?
They don't seem special.
I just drop the helmet casually. He's gonna come back over here. Sorry, are you coming? He's going to hold up his hands, and every cobweb that's touches his hands immediately catches fire and just sort of melts away. Using prestidigitation. Better.
Yes, I was just going to mention that I made sure the basilisk wasn't it's fine. So I'm right behind you. Really. That's all.
Don't be scared. John will protect you.
I'm not scared of anything. First of all. Ever.
Of course.
Carla, if you move past the barricade, you notice that another diagonal hallway moves here. And in that hallway, you see two doors.
Mage hand. Whoop.
You open the first door.
Yep.
This door seems to be somewhat of a storage room of sorts. There's some straw bedding over here. There's some crates, some random paraphernalia, some of it broken. There's some coal in the corner as well. And a large desk. And on that desk, very prominently, is a very large green bottle.
Mage hand is going to bring that bottle to me.
Okay. Do you let it dangle in front of you, or?
I mean, she'll hold it once it's safely like outside of this room.
Okay.
In her hands.
The bottle comes towards you, and as you look at it in your mage hands, it looks like a small wine bottle. That's kind of what it looks like, with a green liquid inside of it, and a cork on top of it. It looks like a rather fancy bottle. There's no label on it. It gets close to you, and the second you grab onto it, you immediately are shocked, and you look over at Casariel, and John, and you say, "I'm going to drink this," and you very slowly move the bottle towards your mouth.
Counter charm? No. If it's a
Doesn't
charm
work.
or anything like that, doesn't work? No? Fuck. Okay. You have
I
permission to
rush.
fucking
Can I rush?
beat the shit out
Can
of
I
me,
rush
yeah.
forward?
You can totally rush.
John yells, "Stop!" and I cast command.
Doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I run. What should I roll?
You could just go. What do you want to
Okay, I go. I'm rolling. I'm rolling, running and rolling, and I'm going to try to.
They see
I don't want
rolling.
to break it. Yeah, I don't want to break it. I just want to. I don't want to grab it out of her hands. I just want to stop her from drinking it.
do? Okay, so how are you going to do that? Are you going to grab it out of her hands or what?
I'm going to grab her hands around the bottle and just pull it down.
She's not touching the bottle, she's touching, like, my
Yeah, I'm touching
hands.
her hands.
Your wrists.
I'm keeping it
so-
away from my mouth.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so you're forcing her wrists down and then
Mhm.
like putting the bottle down on the ground.
Just not to her
Or-
lips. That all I can do right now. She looks like she's trying to drink from something. She looked real weird when she said it. So like I just run forward. I'm just gonna try to grab her hands and pull it down. She's trying to, and I'm just trying to like make her not do that.
Okay. So you're basically now in a locked opposing strength check if you want to, but you can also force her to just like drop it on the floor.
Yeah, I will do that if necessary, but I'd really rather just try to make her not sip it just yet.
She will continue to try and keep drinking it as long as you like, as long as her
The
hands
best
are
thing you could do is get my hands as close to the floor as possible and then force me to unhold it.
Yeah. Okay.
I imagine I'm wearing armored gloves.
Mhm.
Can I just?
You are.
I'm gonna walk up while they're struggling and
Carla's
just
also wearing
grab,
gloves.
grab the. Oh, she's wearing gloves too.
She's wearing
Oh
gloves,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, noticing that, he's gonna be like, that bottle in this
Paula.
body might be a problem.
Carla, stop it. I'm gonna look in her eyes. Does she look possessed?
She looks absent.
And so
It's
Sorry,
fucking absent, is it? Is that the drink? Is that the drink?
Absent.
Is it?
No, absent, not as absinthe, but like absent.
So
And it's
I'd like.
still a joke.
Here's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to take it out of her hands without hurting the bottle.
Okay.
Feel free to break my wrists.
Is
like,
there a
genuinely.
pillow? No, John's gonna step inside. Is there a pillow in here, like or cushion or cloth?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it-
There's like a straw pillow there.
He's gonna grab it, walk outside, and put it underneath where the bottle is. Say, "Go on, make her drop it." He's gonna like grab her wrist and essentially try to pull her hands apart so it drops into the pillow.
Sure. And as soon as you do that, the bottle drops and Carla reverts to who she is.
Might want to keep that mage hand out.
Are you thirsty?
shit
I'm
is
quite
that?
thirsty.
No, you're not thirsty.
Good.
Sorry, I was gonna try to just like, she's already got a hold of Carla's like wrist. She's gonna just kind of like try to take her over to the side where she can't be in reach of it anymore.
Okay. And Carla, you don't have any like thirst for it anymore, like whatsoever. Now that it's gone.
I know, I'm
you
just
don't-
teasing.
If you're
If you wanna
thirsty,
drink
we'll take you to.
something, drink something less expensive.
I gotta pick it back up with my mage hand. And does that have any effect on me?
No.
Okay, so this works, apparently.
I'm just gonna
We'll just bring it that
open and
way.
peek in the door.
Okay. As you look around the corner there, let me just show that to you. You spot a rather large room, and in the middle of that room, you see a table standing on a very small carpet. On top of the table, you spot a glass jar with a brain floating in it.
He's just gonna start walking back towards them.
Anything there?
Yes, brains in jars.
Yeah.
I feel like we should deal with the bottle situation first, though. Then we'll come
Sorry,
back.
Did you say a brain in a jar in that room?
Brain in a jar, yes.
Essentially, a human but without all of the cool, interesting parts.
without the annoying side. Yeah.
Well, maybe the human without the interesting parts will be able to tell us
It's a
the fuck is
brain.
going on here.
There's no mouth.
You just said human without the interesting parts. Carla can talk to things without a mouth.
Wait,
Oh
can we?
yes.
Very.
Yes, if it has a mind, I'm able to contact it.
Do you want to
I
continue?
think this is getting in the territory of mad scientist, and we're currently hunting one of those, hopefully to kill it. So, let's go feed the demon mouth this.
Right.
Kill that man,
think I
and I'm
can-
getting... I really don't like being underground. Like, I like being out in the air. I like being, all of my options of exiting being very readily available. I don't particularly like being underground.
I can speak with dead also. She mentions so casually that it's almost like, does anyone want a piece of gum? So keep that in mind.
Yes, I can too. I've got the Ouija board. You've seen it.
Oh, yes, but it's a lot like that.
Okay.
Except I don't need the Ouija board. And I could speak
Oh.
directly to the undead person. I can ask it 5 questions. I believe it's 5.
Something you've learned recently?
It's something that I haven't had the necessity to use
Come along.
until I'm in a creepy dungeon with undead necromancers.
You could probably talk to that man that just died after the basilisk to find out what happened.
Was he still a person or was he stone?
It seems like at the moment he's just a body. Like he just reverted back to a human position, or a human form, and then just collapsed.
I could. So if you think we should, we should.
Can we try the bottle 1st and then these other schemes?
Oh yes, what are you doing with the bottle?
Oh, we're going to feed it to the horrifying demon mouth.
Oh, great.
Seems rather
Yes.
agreeable to me.
Well, in normal circumstances, that would sound crazy. But yeah, it's really makes a lot of sense. Why do you suppose there are barricades here? Any thoughts on that when we're just moving along?
Oh, I believe he was probably doing experiments with raising those dead people, and then they would try to attack him, so that would keep him safe when they were trying to walk towards him. Because I imagine if someone raised me from the dead, I would be entirely pissed with them. Perhaps try to kill them. At least I hope my body would want that.
It's
I feel like being a
horrifying how
vegetable.
calm you are when you say these things, Carla. You know this. about
I
yourself, right?
really don't like the underground. It's not my favourite place to be.
You'd never know. Seem quite comfortable, yeah?
You're still holding the bottle in.
If you could imagine, like, the Adams, like, family hand is, like, floating along next to me. Little skeletal
it?
fingers keeping
No,
it up.
it's not it. What is it? Thing.
The thing, yeah.
Lurge.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Carla, sorry, what's my name? I'm Casarl. You're Carla. The mirror? I'm sorry, I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. The mirror, Casarl doesn't look in it. Just like
Okay.
she doesn't look at the basilisk. She just, and also doesn't touch that circle.
Fair
Nope.
enough.
Okay.
Carla, as you come around the corner, bottle in your mage hand, the door starts to sing.
What's it say?
Oh, let's have a drink. Oh, let's have a drink. Oh, let's have a drink. And it feels compelling. You want to have a drink with it. But
Have to
luckily you don't
charm.
have anything. Luckily you don't have anything in your hand.
Excellent. I'm going to fucking chuck that bottle into its mouth.
Cool. So you just empty the bottle into its mouth?
Drink up!
Okay. The bottle empties into the mouth of the door, a little bit of the green liquid coming from this bottle seeping onto the ground. The door says, "Oh, that's the stuff." And it opens.
Now, how does it open? Does it just like does the whole wall swing in, or
It opens in the middle. So one part,
Oh,
like the
okay.
whole metal thing is attached to one door. The other side just opens the other way. It's a double door.
John, you want to go first?
Of course.
Oh,
He
wonderful.
takes a step in.
You get ready to barge further than this door, but what's beyond this door is for in 2 weeks, because next week we're not streaming.
Yes.
No.
I'm so excited to find what's on the other side of this door.
I'm cool.
I'm terrified.
Fun times.
Getting closer.
This is exciting.
Okay, can I just? I'm pretty sure at our break, and the people that were in our Discord live chat will know. Did we not say that? Did our DM, Papa, not say? You guys actually think that I would make all of this and then do the whole riddle, and then if you actually get the riddle, I'd put you downstairs with another 10 doors, and we were like,
a whole other complex map.
no,
I wouldn't do that. I'm not that much of a masochist.
No, you're right.
Or sadist. Or no, it was masochist.
And here you are.
Here we are.
Canonically now,
And this
Carla
is why-
hates the underground. I've
This is
decided that.
why-
Sean hates the underground right
That's
now.
fair.
He would be freaking out right now if he was in control.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. This is homebrew. This
This is all
nightmare
homebrew.
brought to you by Papa Zillion. Okay, just
This
making
is there's nothing in here
No.
that has been pre-written anywhere else.
Well, from
Fun
his brain,
times.
which means it could be like an instant party kill or not, and we would absolutely be the guinea pigs for that. We don't know yet.
It shouldn't be, but who knows, right?
I'm running low on spell slots, man. I'm getting real nervous.
Yeah.
The door just sang to us. What
Yeah.
could go wrong?
I used 2 spell slots, 2 of my 4 total, to ineffectually command Carla and ineffectually suggest the door.
Yeah. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Great googly moog. I got all
That was
thoughts.
great.
Good stuff.
So, for next week, we will not be playing Dungeons and Dragons because John is gone for
Visiting
a weekend.
family.
So, visiting family. So we can't play D&D, unfortunately, but we will be back the week after. Coming week, we are planning to do something else. So give
Keep an
us
eye on
1 or
the
2 days to
space.
confirm that, but we should be doing something cool in the meantime.
Hey, and no
yeah.
matter what, you should grab your chef's hats. You should get in the kitchen because you will be getting a YouTube video. Carla cooks sweet potato pies. So you should
Yes.
all, yeah, that's definitely coming. But we could also have a fun little treat on Twitch if things get confirmed. So
I love pie.
awesome.
Oh, yes. Pies and roses, right? So I hope you guys liked it, and we will see you again in next week if you're coming in for the other things that we have in store for you, and if you're just here for the D&D, then we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Yep. We'll be doing a raid
Ask us
here.
questions.
Yes, please ask us questions.
Ask us
in the
questions.
Discord.
Yeah, we love that.
We love hanging out and chatting.
Yep.
So we're gonna be doing a raid here in a couple of moments. So it's gonna take a few seconds after we switch scenes. But if you stick around for that, you'll be checking out someone cool.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, everybody.
It is.